Cause your spirit is animal. Come find what it means. It's animal. Cause your spirit is animal. Are you curious to see? It's animal. Cause your spirit is animal. Do you know what it means? Bo, bo, bo like a lion. Come find what it means. Come let the sea. Come find.
All right, so there's a visual. Okay.
Know what it means. My spirit is animal, 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 animal. My spirit is animal. Lions, tiger, bears. Oh my. My spirit is animal. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet. We are your family. Woof woof, yeah, we barking on the beat. Little paws, big love, running right to your feet. Yeah. Yeah, we popping in the room like hey. Tail wagging like a DJ play. Zoomies on max, no delay. Fur baby squad and we here all day. Big eyes looking up like pick me. Jump in your lap, that's VIP. Love so pure, that's guaranteed. We a little crew, your family. We don't need no bling, we shine naturally. Every cuddle moment is a masterpiece. You the heart, we the beat, that's harmony. Fur baby, love on 1,000 degrees. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet. We are your family. Woof woof, yeah, we hyping, we happy. Cute little crew and we keeping you laughing. You say treat, we say less. You say what, we say oh yes. You say come here, we do our best. Fur baby love, we forever blessed. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet. We are your family. Woof woof, yeah, we rolling in harmony. Fur baby crew, that's the legacy. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet. We are your family. Woof woof, yeah, we rolling in harmony. Fur baby crew, that's the legacy.
Hey, sugars. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey there. Can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear me.
Yes, everything is going good.
Okay, good. All right, boom. All right, I had to come in and check. I was like, wait, I don't hear anything. Hey, happy Fur Mother Day to all the fur moms and people moms and cat moms and dog moms. Shout out to you guys.
And definitely happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, wherever you may be. Happy Mother's Day to you. Rock out, Jen.
We're gonna rock out, y'all. Let me see where my stuff is at. Wait.
What's going on?
No, I had my video up. Okay, well, while I go get my video, I just had it. I hate when this happens. I think I have too many windows open sometimes.
Sometimes that can be what it is.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm about to show y'all some. We're gonna just start off with my little small clips of my 8-minute video. It's gonna be, as soon as I get the video, I'm gonna show y'all this video. So listen. Apparently, people are afraid of this cat.
Really?
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of small. Hey, what's up, Eric Vaughn? Where's your faith? Hey, shout out. Yeah, so here we're gonna start off with just a couple of videos, and then I'm gonna go get my video because I just had it up here, and I just don't understand what happened. Let me go back in my browser.
Okay. Well,
and then here, look at this. Check this out. Okay. So apparently, this is is the music loud? There we go.
Just a little bit, yeah.
All right, there we go.
You can come up a notch.
There you go.
About right there, yeah. There you go.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's check out this cat that apparently everyone is afraid of. Well, and then my dog, you know, I got to give my shout out to all the canines. So, hold on.
What's going on?
Yeah. No. Oh, here's the cat. Tigers, bears. Oh my. Check this out, yo. Apparently this is a cat that you need to be afraid of, y'all. Check this out, though.
A lot of people freeze. He looks like a domestic lion. Fierce stare, massive body, and intimidating presence. Some people even step back when he gets close. Some actually run when he approaches. But then comes the truth. This lion doesn't hunt. He follows his human around the house, asks for affection, purrs loudly, leans his head in, and truly believes he still fits on your lap. The Maine Coon just wants company. He doesn't want fear. While everyone sees a predator, those who live with him see a giant baby, patient, affectionate, and insanely loyal. Now tell me, if a Maine Coon showed up right in front of you, what would you do? Don't be fooled by this.
Wow, look how big he is. A Maine Coon. Yo, did you see how big his head was when he was getting pets? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. So speaking of big cats, we're gonna go right over to the big dogs. I love this. You know, I love the most top dangerous dog breeds, the most top muscular, most biggest muscular dogs. I love all those things, right? Okay, I found my video. So you know, I like to get into the doggy's mind. So we were talking about how dogs can have like spirit, they can see things, and remember Riaz was like dogs can see spirits. So you ever wonder why or how a dog can recognize a bad person versus a good person? How can they tell? Like, I've had that happen where my brother's friends or someone that's tried to come over or a guy that was trying to date me came over and he couldn't get in my house. Even when I was younger, like that one friend just never could come in. Everybody else can come in, but that one person could never come in because the dog wouldn't leave him alone, or the dog would growl at him to the point where it would be intimidating. That he would be like nervous, like I'm not coming in there. Not just talking about your typical I'm scared of dogs person, right? That person is scared of everybody's dog. But every now and then, someone would, other people would be able to come into our home and come visit, come sit on the porch, come in the parking lot, come in the driveway, even get out their car and come to the door, right? The dog does this little barky thing. Hey, someone's outside, let you know there's an alarm. And then every now and then, it would be either my friend, someone that I knew, or one of my brother's friends, where the dog just outright did not like them. And we usually do something to the dog to, like, say, put the dog away, but that dog is trying to tell you something this whole time. So here's my video. We're going to start off with my video since it's about 8 or 9 minutes, and it's going to go through the science that confirms how dogs can recognize bad people. Here we go.
They have bad intentions, therefore signaling the dog that they're a bad person. Stick around till the end of this video as we dig up the dirt on your dog's incredible abilities and show you how your dog recognizes a bad person. Number 10, dogs know when someone is mean. A study in the Journal of Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews found that dogs can tell if someone is mean to their owner. In the study, scientists did a live test with dogs and their owners. They looked at how dogs reacted to different behaviors from humans in 3 situations. In one scenario, a dog owner tried to open a tight container with an actor nearby. The first actor helped, the second did nothing, and the third refused to help at all. After the test, the actors gave treats to the dogs. Surprisingly, the dogs were more likely to take treats from the helpful actor who showed kindness. They were okay with treats from the passive actor too, but they didn't trust the person who didn't help. When the mean
OMG, they didn't trust. How do they know? You guys, how do they know?
Actor offered treats, the dogs refused. They could tell that person wasn't being nice.
Get your cat back to their
Sorry for the commercials.
normal with Silencio, a once-monthly injection given by your vet that controls osteoarthritis, pain, and...
Number 9, dogs can spot liars. In a study in Japan, scientists wanted to see if dogs could tell when someone was being dishonest. They set up an experiment where they placed 2 containers near...
What? The dog can spot a liar. Ladies, listen to Kevin Samuels and get yourself a dog, because he is going to be able to spot the liar and that person's lying to you. Tell him, talk to the dog and see if the dog believes him.
The dogs. One had treats inside and the other was empty. In the first round, a person pointed to the container with the treats, but in the next round, they pointed to the empty one. The dogs were happy to find the treats in the first round, but they were upset when they realized they'd been tricked in the second round. Even in the third round, when the person pointed to the container with treats again, the dogs didn't fall for it. They remembered that the person had been dishonest before. Number 8, dogs can understand human expressions. In an experiment conducted in Austria using a touchscreen, scientists tested dogs' ability to interpret facial expressions.
Remember we did the video beforehand? I think it was either part 1, the episode 1 of My Spirit is Animal, right? So I think we did touch on that. We talked about it and how they are able to read your expressions and they can read your face. There's actual words that they learn, right, over time, that society has said the same word over and over again. We say I love you the same way over and over again, right? So now they've been conditioned to understand when they hear that sound, I love you, then that's when they know that that's what we're saying, literally. So yeah, they can tell. They can tell. That's crazy. They can understand us.
They showed the dogs pictures of human
Understand our facial expressions too. That's crazy.
faces displaying either angry or happy expressions. Some dogs were rewarded for touching happy faces, while others were rewarded for touching angry faces. Even when shown pictures of unfamiliar people with different expressions, the dogs could still tell the difference and earn their reward. This proves that dogs can distinguish between different human expressions. Scientists believe that dogs use their experience with humans to make this distinction. Interestingly, Before being taught the rules of the touchscreen experiment, dogs naturally avoided touching pictures of angry faces, showing that they have some understanding of human expressions. Number 7. Dogs can smell your intentions. The bond between a dog and its owner is strong. If your dog barks at
I believe that too. I believe that too. I've heard that. I've experienced that. They can smell your intentions. They can tell.
certain people but not others, it might be picking up on subconscious signals you're sending about those people. Even if you're being friendly outwardly, your dog can sense if you're not completely comfortable.
Oh my God, the dog can sense that we're faking. We're fake being your friend. I mean, we're fake being nice to you. We really don't
Yeah.
like you. And the dog can sense that I really don't like you, but I'm just being nice. Oh my God.
Around
Yeah,
them.
what that is, my bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. What that is that is a shift in pheromones. So
Mhm.
believe it or not, when you're depending on your mood, depends on your actual body chemistry. Your body chemistry is connected to the pheromones. And that is how they actually, when they say dogs can smell fear, that's
Mhm.
really, yeah, that's where a lot of that comes into play. But go ahead and rock out. It has a lot to do with the body chemistry and pheromone change.
Mhm.
That's how magnificent their scent is that they can even smell that.
Mhm. Oh, look at his nose.
Dog's sense of smell is incredibly sharp, thousands of times better than a human's. They can detect when you're nervous because your body releases stress-related chemicals and hormones with distinctive odors, like sweat and adrenaline. Your
Pause it.
dog may bark at people who make you
And
They make you
you
make my
even know,
nerves bad. They can smell that you make my nerves bad.
and you
They,
even know yourself, I did not see this video. And
they can smell you get on my nerves. That's
I was
crazy.
literally just speaking about that. Yeah, the body chemistry and all of that. Yep. Yeah.
They
I
can
didn't know they
smell
were going to
that.
say that, just for the record, people. I'm just now seeing this just like you. Nah, real talk. Real, just in case I did not. I'm serious. This is
They're gonna
Jen's
be like,
video.
"Oh, Smitty is
Yeah, nah.
psychic."
This
Like,
is
I don't
Jen's
know.
video that I'm reacting to fresh in my
Fresh,
videos.
yeah,
She's gonna react to fresh. We don't know what each other videos consist of. We going off the wing to keep it,
yeah.
raw
We just
reaction.
know the overall
Yeah,
content, but we don't. He
exactly.
doesn't know what my videos is. He just knows it's about
Exactly.
dogs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my
She didn't send me none of these videos prior. So
and
rock
he
out.
does, and you don't send me your videos, so
No, I don't. No,
we
I
have a
do not.
genuine
I like the
reaction.
surprise. Yeah, I like the surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, so look at him. That's what my baby used to look like. I swear I could tell girl German Shepherds from boy German Shepherds. Don't ask me how I know, but sometimes you know how you can just look and be Rottweilers. I can't tell the difference, boy or girl. They look the same. Sometimes the girls look even meaner, but I can't tell. Pit bulls, I can almost tell sometimes, and German Shepherds, I can look at them and tell. I can tell with Labradors too. I mean, with golden retrievers. Like I can see a golden retriever, and you can look at it and almost see it's a girl or a boy. I don't know. That's weird, but yeah, I digress.
nervous to keep you safe. Research has shown that dogs can even sense
Oh,
changes in a person's brain through alterations in the pheromones they emit. This explains why dogs sometimes show
hey.
aggression or dislike towards someone right before things go wrong. Dogs can also smell fear, and studies have found a link between a person's emotional state and their likelihood of getting bitten by a dog. Confident and emotionally
And so, see, remember, I referred back to our episode 1 when we talked about when I gave my tips on, how they can smell, cancer and how they can smell all those and things that's happening inside your body and fear. And guess what? You hear what he just said. So when you guys go back and watch this video again, and you want to understand, I even broke down the definition on why dogs attack you, and part of it is because you're afraid of them, right? And what did he just say? It's your fear of the likelihood of you getting bit by that dog who's afraid of you, right? So they only have two actions, fight or flight. So they are afraid of you first, and then they decide to, defend themselves. But most of the time, that's why they run or they skirt away or they sniff and back up because their first go-to reaction is going to be fear first because they don't know what's going on. So they just
Well,
smell you are afraid, and they can smell you're afraid. And I've known that my whole life because I tell everybody, you can't act afraid. And they be like, I'm afraid, but he's gonna smell that you're scared. What does that mean? I don't know. I just know that he's smelling that he can smell that you're scared. and that's why
Body
he's
chem-
acting right. And I now I know because I've
yeah,
researched it. But back
body
then, when I would say
chemistry and
that, I had no
pheromones.
idea what I was talking about. I just knew the dog can smell fear, and I never looked it up and researched that part of it until later on in life. So, for the record, those
Go ahead,
who
Rocco.
own dogs, we've been knew this, but we just knew, like, damn, he must can smell your fear. I was a little kid when I figured that out.
Right.
Stable
Now,
people are
real
bitten
quick,
much
Hmm.
the part that's tricky is how do babies and children sense the same thing as people? And where does that sixth sense go once you reach a certain age? Go ahead and rock out. Let's
Or
just
does
let
it?
that sit.
It just gets suppressed, and you just can't tap into it because
Maybe so.
later on we call it intuition. We'd be like, I knew that nigga wasn't shit, or I knew that was gonna happen. That's
For
that's the
women,
same thing later on in
for
life.
for women, it's intuition. For men, it's gut feeling, but it's the same daggone
And it's
thing.
literally in the same spot. The
It's
intuition
the
is in your
yeah,
gut.
yeah, it's the
So,
same thing. Yeah.
yeah.
less often than those who feel anxious around dogs.
Get your cat back to their
Ah,
normal with Silencia, a once monthly injection
go
given by
ahead and
your
get
vet
you
that
some
controls
Silencia.
osteoarthritis pain in cats. Vets
I
administering
can't even
Silencia
find the
should take
button.
extreme care to avoid self-injection. Ask your vet about Silencia and help get your cat back to their normal, whatever that is for them.
Look, they wouldn't even
And
let
you
me
did quite
add
right.
that commercial.
You should at least pause it when it does that.
It wouldn't
Like,
even
like,
let
Number
me.
6.
I couldn't
Dogs
okay.
even.
never forget their
There
own.
was nothing on the screen. You see, I was
Oh,
looking for it. Yeah, that
let me
commercial had nothing on the screen.
go to my channel, make sure everything's flowing straight. Go ahead, push play.
Yeah.
Owner's smell.
Look at.
Dogs have an amazing memory for smells, especially their owner's scent. They can remember it for their whole life. Dogs
Oh,
associate emotions with scents, so when they smell their owner, it
Mhm.
triggers happy memories. Even if your appearance changes or you've been away for a long time, your dog will still remember how you smell and how much they love you. Studies have shown that a dog's brain gets excited when they smell their owner, just like when humans smell the perfume or cologne of someone they love. So when you come back after being away, your dog will be thrilled to see you because they missed you and your scent. Number 5, dogs are experts at understanding body language. Animal behavior specialists say dogs are really good at reading body language. They notice every little movement we make, whether it's stiff, playful, or nervous behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs rely on body language to figure out if they're safe around other dogs, and they can also understand human behavior. So if someone is acting differently from what they're saying, your dog will notice right away. That's why your dog might bark or growl at someone they think could be dangerous, even if that person hasn't done anything yet. Number 4, dogs have incredible smell. You might have heard about dogs predicting earthquakes or changes in the weather, but did you know they can also sniff out life-threatening diseases? Dogs can smell serious illnesses, including cancer. A study from the University of California, Davis.
Not smell an earthquake or something getting ready to happen in the land is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy
Real quick.
too.
Well, nah. Well, see, the thing is, when you know a little bit more about even when they go to sleep, so you know how they do that continuous turn for they lay down. That's them
Mm-hmm.
literally
Facing north.
centering themselves. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're figuring out the gravitational pull. Like, yeah, exactly. Like
That's
an
like a little
actual
bitty, a baby
science.
compass.
Yeah, it's an actual science behind that. They're not just turning in circles because I thought it was just like, oh, he's
That's
just fluffing his
crazy
pillow.
too.
Yeah, so it's not that hard for me to believe that.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Showed that dogs can detect cancer-affected tissues because they have a specific smell that healthy cells don't. Some organizations, like Medical Detection Dogs in the UK, train dogs to find the odor of cancer in samples such as breath, urine, and swabs. Dogs can also help people with diabetes.
Breath, urine, and swabs. Breath, where's your breath coming from? Your mouth. So when something's going on in your body, your dog is all in your face, and you be like, "Oh, he's all in my face. Why he always?" They got that's how they get their information. That's how they know that, and that's how they can save your life. Even if you're like having those people who have seizures, your dog is gonna get in your face at some point. That's why I always say to just do it one time, even if you don't want your dog in your face ever again after that. You have to give him once because he's gonna forever try to get in your face because that's where He's going to sniff your breath and he can tell your whole everything. He can tell if you're tired, you're depressed, you're hungry, you're anxious, your stomach hurts, you got gas. He can tell all that. And then your urine. Where does your urine come from? Your cooter box. That's why they boop you in the box and they smell your butt. So they get all the information from there and they can tell everything. So I hate when people say, they don't let the dog do that or they don't like it. You don't have to like it, but knowing that that's part of their necessary of how they retain information and how they, bond with you, then you're going to have it happen at least one time in your existence, because to fight it, he's going to always do that. And just let him read your body and then, and then he'll get over it. But yeah, no one's telling nobody to have your dog in your face and have him kissing your mouth or, booping people in the butt and stuff like that. That is, that's extreme. We're not, that's a different behavior. But normally, they're always going to get in your face and try to smell your breath or smell your butt. Just get over it. That's just how they read your body and can communicate with you. They don't talk. What the entire hell? So I don't. Sorry, guys. You guys know I'm passionate about my puppy, so and he will boop you right in the balls. I'm sorry, sir. Just to let you know. He gonna ride up to you and be like, "Oh, you're Smitty." Boop. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That's how he talks. So get over it.
Is by sensing when their blood sugar gets too low and alerting them. They can even predict seizures, migraines, and detect diseases like malaria and Parkinson's. Number 2, raised hackles. The hair along your dog's back and neck, known as hackles, may stand up when they feel threatened or fearful. If your dog's hackles rise in the presence of a particular person, it could signal their unease. When a dog...
And see, I was talking about the hackles too earlier. That not all hackles are a bad thing, right?
Right.
Had to get that cough out. So not all hackles are a bad thing, and that I did speak about it earlier about the hackles going from neck to tail. If you have an entire straight stream of raised hackles, that means something totally different than just a few hackles raised up on their butt or a few hackles raised up on their neck. Right? So you need to know look at where the hackles are raising. Hackles also raise when they get scared for their own life, right? So if they're not scared for your life or trying to defend something, when they don't have no option and they get afraid, they get hackles as well. And then hackles, obviously, the ones all of us know when we see a dog with hackles, he's getting ready to fight. That's the most common scene understood when you see a hackles. But heckles don't always mean he's angry and he's getting ready to fight. They do get heckles for defense, but you have to look at if they're on the butt or if they're by the neck. But when those heckles raise and there's a complete dark patch going down their back, that's when they step into part of their natural canine defense. So I've been in situations where I can't stop the dog if he gets a full row of heckles. He's ready to just... we saw a coyote and he was not trying to hear that. And I mean, he would have snapped his leash. Luckily, I have 2 leashes. I carry an extra leash that I have to grab around his neck where he has a choke chain on his neck. Some people use a prong collar. I use a choke chain, right? Because I don't want a prong collar. So that's the same effect to get him to stop, in that moment. So if I have to pull my second leash out real quick and throw it on, try to connect it to his choke chain, and he's trying to get this coyote that's running through the field and shit. He had a whole full row of heckles. I'm like, that's at that point, he's going back to what his nature. That if he was out here, he would have to tear that thing apart. So y'all just pay attention to where the heckles are, because all heckles doesn't mean the dog is dangerous. That's crazy why would you just only think that? Why wouldn't you know it means anything else? That's just wrong. Respect your breed.
Hackles rise in the presence of a particular person. It could indicate that the dog perceives them as a potential threat or feels uneasy around them. It's one of many body language cues that dogs use to communicate their emotions and perceptions. While raised hackles can be a sign that a dog is uncomfortable or on edge, It's crucial to consider the context and other behavioral cues when interpreting this behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Not all instances of raised hackles indicate aggression or fear, and
Mm-hmm.
dogs may exhibit this reaction for various reasons. Number 1, why dogs bark at some dogs but not others.
Mm-hmm.
When you're walking along the street with your dog and they see another dog, they might bark and lunge to keep the other dog away, or they might just keep their head down and walk past without barking. Ever wonder why? Dogs communicate mostly through body language and scent, so your dog might bark at some dogs because they show threatening body
Aw.
language. Your dog might pick up on subtle signs like a stiff tail, tense mouth, or wrinkled nose that could be off-putting. Dogs can sense these cues or scents from a significant distance away. Another reason why your dog might not like certain dogs could be because of past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if your dog was attacked by a brown male dog before, they might be scared of similar-looking dogs in the future.
Aw.
Overall, dogs are pretty amazing creatures. They can detect life-threatening diseases. Dogs' exceptional senses of smell are already used to detect drops in blood sugar, potential bombs, drugs, and even cancer. So it should come as no surprise that dogs can pick up on other chemical changes within the human body. When a person is acting aggressively, their brain chemistry changes in a way that dogs can smell, causing them to react to a potential threat before their human has perceived the threat.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there's a caveat. Psychopaths experience few emotions, so their brain chemistry would be unlikely to change and give a dog warning about their bad intentions. Understand our body language, detect mean people, and even sense when we're trying to trick them. So if your dog doesn't like someone, they might be onto something.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your dog's instincts.
Get your cat back to their
I do, and I do trust my dog's instincts, Smitty. And then you see that you see how it said psychopaths. They very rarely change in their brain chemistry. So dogs, it makes it hard for them to kind of sense if this person is bad or not. So that's to answer your question. That like, yeah, well, if dogs can smell, then why can't they smell if a crazy person? Because the crazy person, every other crazy person, they can smell except when it comes to psychopaths because their brain chemistry doesn't change. They're stoic, or they have a certain stigma or a certain image that they carry, that they stay a certain way. So the dog can't tell if that person is good or bad. But everybody else it seems to get a clear connection. So yeah, dude. And then it's so crazy because with my ex already was abusive to me. Then he is abusive to the dog. And the irony that he got me the puppy because I had to, get rid of my first puppy, and he was getting old, and I had to put him in a old dog sanctuary. Because at least in the dog sanctuary, they can just live there until they go over the Rainbow Bridge, right? They don't have to worry about being in a shelter, and they may or may not get adopted. So in the sanctuary, they just live. Which sanctuary a lot of times is just someone's house who just has a bunch of dogs, and they just keep them until they pass. So so I get Beans. I guess this is kind of like, I guess this is the origin of Beans, guys. So so I get Beans. His name was already Beans, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna change it because he's cute. That fits him. He was a teeny little baby, but this was he was probably like 2 years old by now. So then, after the ex-boyfriend was already abusive to me, and by then I think he had been abusive to the dog by then one time. And so then his brother calls and wants to, come to where we are because, he wants to get back on his feet, yada, 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 right? So he lets his brother move in. His brother stayed with us for like 6 months. We had enough space. So the brother, from the moment the brother got there, so Beans is chill, right? Beans is chill. He is really actually chill. And I've learned that if he does not like you, he really that is what it is. He's not going to learn to like you in a few days. He still don't like you in a few days. Because when the brother would come over, or the brother came there, first Beans was curious. But then the thing is, sometimes, I'm with my guy, and I don't have some people have complexes with the dog in the room while you guys doing the grown up, right? So some people have a problem with the dog being in the room with that because they think the dog is watching and listening to you do the hoochie coochie when the dog don't know nothing. And some people put the dog outside the bedroom when you go do the hoochie coochie. So my ex-boyfriend was one of the people who believed the dog don't need to be in the room while we're doing the hoochie coochie because he felt like the dog knew what we were doing. So Beans is always on the outside of the door if the door is closed. But there are times where I don't know what the interaction was like when the brother would come in from wherever he was and the dog is on the outside of the door, right? So then one time my ex suggests that maybe, you know, because up until this point, you guys, Beans don't really like him like that. He's letting him in the house, but Beans don't take to him. Beans barks every time he comes in the door. And after we gave him a key, after we're like, oh, he's here, you know, we let him smell his clothes. His clothes are in the room. Beans wasn't going for it. Like every time he came to the door, he barked. Every time he left, he barked. Every time he walked up the stairs, he followed him up the stairs to his room. The dude would have to go in his room and in the other room and close the door because Beans would sit outside his door and watch the door. So I would have to come get him because when he would come out and be like, he's trying to go to the bathroom, Beans would be right there. So I have to, you know, grab Beans or make him go lay down. And then so my dude tells him, his brother, why don't you take Beans for a walk? Because he really loves to do that. And like that might be y'all might bond or y'all might really like get to know each other and take him for a walk. Just since we're in an apartment complex, just walk around the apartment complex. Like just go to the corner, you know, to the end of the cul-de-sac and turn around and come back. Mm-hmm. Do you know I was pulling in from work when he was pulling my dog? Now, to me, common sense would mean once your animal saw you like a little kid, they're going to want to go that way now. So why would you go any other direction if once he saw his mommy? But then, so Beans is pulling away from him. I'm coming, you know, down the street. So you know how sometimes there's like a cluster of apartment buildings. So there's like two or three different clusters of apartment buildings. So I'm coming down the street to where my cluster of buildings are, complex is. So I'm driving past another complex on the way to my complex. And then as I get into my little area where my building is, I see him walking the dog from the opposite direction down the same street. So we're both about to turn into the driveway of the complex. Now we're in my apartment complex. My townhouse complex. So then I slow down and he's pulling Beans. So I'm thinking he is going to come behind me and run to the house. I pulled up and he done went the other direction. And Beans is pulling and not trying to go that way. Now let me tell you, we should have known. Now I should have listened for real. I was feeling that a little leery leaving, and you know, I'd never have to get like this because everybody knows me. I would take care of my own pet. Now you don't got to do nothing for me and my dog, or my cat, or whatever I have. But so once I get back to the apartment, I go in and I'm looking like, okay, where'd they go? They should be right behind me. No, they done turned around and went the other way, and I'm running outside, and Beans is pulling away from him, trying to run away from him. And he pulls up with Beans. I take Beans in the house. Beans runs upstairs, and he goes and hides underneath my bed. And I go underneath the bed because it's the space underneath the bed is big enough for me to fit underneath there too. So I go underneath there. He's already hunched down on all fours. I have pictures in my phone. Do you know all 4 paw nails are snapped off or gone? It's down to the blood. I can see the blood in all his little paws. I hold his paw up and all of his nails were gone as if he was using his back paws to push the opposite direction. So I doctored him up, you know, I put medication on it. I cleaned it. I sanitized him. I wrapped his little paws up, you know, he made him sleep in the bed with me so I could watch him and stuff. And after that point, he didn't like the brother beforehand. After that, he really didn't like the brother. So the solution, was I had to like snap on everybody and say, listen, don't touch my dog, don't feed him, don't water him, don't pet him. If he comes up to you, send him away. It's okay to tell him to go sit down and go lay down. He know where if you tell him to go lay down loud enough and hard enough, he'll go into his little doggy area. But or you could just leave him, let him go upstairs and go in my bed, underneath my bed. And when I get back, I'll take care of him. Don't bother him. Don't touch him because now it's going to be a question of what happened. What did you do? What did you do? So, and then later on, I tried to go for a walk, and normally we could walk to the store, which was in the direction that the brother was coming from when I was pulling into the complex. When I tell you that dog was shaking, his body was shaking, and whatever happened right in that area with him. And I knew from that point, after that, my dog, listen, if he don't like you, then he not gonna never come around, and just leave him alone because that's serious. Like he was trying to get away from him. And I don't know why taking him for a walk thinking that it was gonna make him like him. He didn't like him even more. He didn't like him more after that. He really didn't like him. And it was really uncomfortable with him being there because my dog didn't like him. So I would put the dog in my room, like don't even bother with him,
Right.
because he clearly he not feeling you. So, but yeah, that's a true story.
Okay. So what? No. I just know because I was just really kind of listening to your story. And I mean that's the one thing I know is that dogs have an innate sense of like there's something about I guess spirit, and I don't find it coincidental that if you spell it backwards, what it is. I'm not saying they are, but to think they are man's best friend, and coincidentally spelled backwards, it's just something I've always thought about. But no, I just wanted you to, I noticed that was a moment for you to tell your story, do your thing. So I just didn't want to interrupt that. That's all. So, I mean, I'm ready to get back to the show. What we got?
What we got? Listen, I'm
Let me know when you're ready on my end. I don't know because
the cat videos have me cracking up so much. I don't understand. The cat videos have me cracking up. So since we're on the dogs and talking about the most I don't think they're the most scary dogs, but this is also, I don't know, can y'all see it? Okay, yeah, y'all can see it. There it goes. The 10, 15 most top of scariest breeds, which okay, let me go.
I'm about to say can't hear. Couldn't hear none of that.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Interest in the world. Meet the pit bull, known for its strong jaw and aggressive
Yo, that looks like my puppy. Hey, puppy.
behavior. Next, the Doberman Pinscher, highly intelligent, but also protective and assertive. The wolf hybrid is a mix of wild and domestic, making it unpredictable.
So I had a wolf. I told y'all that I had a German Shepherd wolf, because when you get one where we got our dog from in the Upper Peninsula, it's likely to have been bred with something else, especially if it was wild. So yeah.
Bull Mastiff, a massive and fearless breed originally bred to guard. Just like the Siberian Husky, known for its strength and independence. Have you ever wondered which dog breeds are the most dangerous in the world? Meet the pit bull, known.
Oh yeah, that was my little short video. I was trying to get better at bringing y'all some shorts. Oh, so this is what my beans looks like, y'all. Where is my? Oh, okay. This is what beans be looking like, yo. And I don't know how to get my dog to this level, but let me Yo, this be unreal to me. This be unreal to me. Look at this dude. Look at him. Oh, energy.
Dog breeds in the world is none other than muscular American Pit Bull Terrier. The American Pit Bull is an extremely
Yo, that's how Beans looks, y'all, when he stands up. Oh, we
number one muscular dog breeds in the world is none other than muscular American Pit Bull Terrier. The American Pit Bull is an extremely muscular breed of pup. They have hugely broad chests that could make even Arnold Schwarzenegger jealous. They don't need to work out to get theirs, though. Number one muscular dog breeds in the world is none other than muscular.
My mic was muted. Sorry. I was like, yo, y'all didn't hear me hollering? Dude, are you serious? Beans looks like this somewhat, but dude, what are you feeding him? People, what is he eating? Oh
That has a lot to
gosh.
do with the weight training. What they do, they actually like put weights on the dog and like
Oh my
tires.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll put
Oh,
like tires and then like a chain on it and have the dog run with them for a certain amount of miles, stuff like that.
oh
They
my
actually do.
gosh.
They actually do weight training. Yeah, there's ways you can do that for a dog.
Beans he doesn't look like this, but he looks like the other dog. Look.
American Pit Bull Terrier.
He looks like that sometimes when he stands up and he gets in the window and shit. Oh my God. That looks like how bodybuilders look. And that is all muscle. That is all muscle, even down to the tail. I think we're gonna get another one. We're gonna get another one, Beans. I want to get a white one. So I've been looking at some white ones, and we're gonna call her Rice. Hopefully, so we have beans and rice.
The American Pit Bull is an extremely
That is how my dog looks, yo. That's crazy work.
muscular breed of pup. They have huge.
What the fuck? Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. It looks like It looks like the kangaroos we was looking at.
Gosh. Wow, look at him. Oh my goodness, look at Bean Bean.
Hugely broad chests that could make even.
This is what we want to do. I'm trying to get him to do this. But he holding on. He give up. He be like, I can't get it, mommy.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger jealous. They don't need to work out to get theirs, though. Number one.
All right, that was my little short video. See, I did better bringing the shorts. Okay, brought the shorts. Came with the little bitties. A little bit of blurb. Right. I was trying, look. Because I didn't want to do the long video, and then it would be like, oh, dang, my video was long. But I still have long video stuff that that's okay, guys. It's okay to learn. Jesus, y'all be fighting the education. Now, why do we have to hear all that?
Well, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's the form. It's the
whatever.
form in which how you present it. Like it's just learning that little trick, that little niche, that little way of bringing it to them in a fun, lively way. Like, see, the thing is, you want to trick them into learning something.
Nah,
that's really kind of that's really kind of the key. Like, you don't really want to be up here sounding like not saying you do, but sounding like the Visine Clear Eye guy. All right, class, we're gonna go ahead and look at chapter 54, like that. It's just the way in which you present it. That's why I'm very strategic in the videos I like to pull up and what it is that I look up, because I know like keeping people's attention is very, very huge. So I mean, you're doing great.
And they like both too.
Just
they
look
like
at your videos back behind yourself is the best thing I can tell you.
Oh yeah. I'm part of the reason I have 16.
You'll learn
rewatches.
Yeah, I was just I was just gonna say, but not even just that. I ain't even forget the rewatch. I'm talking about for you, like watch your own stuff back over and critique yourself. Like I do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to maintain my voice here. I'm gonna learn. You know what? Let me try to. Okay, let me try to be a little more patient. Before
I noticed too that because of
you
my
know,
speech impediment that I noticed
yeah,
sometimes my words might get jumbled. So I noticed I need to speak a little clearer. And in
right.
real life, if you're in my face, you hear me talking to you, and we're talking, and I talk pretty fast. So I'm going to try to make sure that I be clear on what I'm saying, and make sure y'all hear me. So I'm gonna wrap up my little segment this first hour of
Okay.
6 things you do your dog thinks. 6 things your dog thinks when you ignore him. So sometimes we
Okay.
don't realize that when we don't. So I'm all about understanding your breed. So when you understand that, and then just in general understanding dog behavior. So we already know that they use their nose to research and look into things and understand and download. So it's kind of like crazy to think like, well, when you ignore your dog, you walk in, you walk right past the pet, and you just walk right over him. There are moments that the dog is laying there and they're laying in the way because they know that you walk that direction and they want to be next to you. So the one thing that we always tend to put in the back of our minds is that dogs are pack animals. So we do things as people that it feels like to them they're being ignored. And we don't
Gotcha.
think about that. And we're like, well, why would you think about that? But now that we know that they read our body languages, okay, because now we're moving forward in our thinking, right? With all this great knowledge, they can read our body languages. They can tell if we're sick or they can tell if we're depressed. So then why wouldn't they understand if we did ignore them, right? You walk right past them. You walk and they're looking right at you, but you ignore them. So they're highly social animals and they rely on interaction and communication to navigate through the environment and relationships that we have. So when the owner ignores them, even just for a moment, it can trigger a range of responses,
Mm.
and that reflect in their instincts, learned behaviors, emotional sensitivity. According to some veterinarians and animal experts, these reactions are often more complex than they appear. All right. So one of the first things that I'm going to say, we do something when we ignore the dog. One of the things they think is they self-reflect. We don't even think about it, but the smarter your breed, the smarter your dog is going to be like, did I do something wrong? And usually when that's a person, that person's very insecure. So now you're creating this fountain of insecurity that's going to flow every now and then when you ignore your dog. So they're going to seek reassurance. And especially if the dog is already a people pleasing dog, they're really going to wonder and it's not on you to be like, what is my dog thinking? But realizing that they have that whole emotion that goes over them that says, did I do something wrong? So when your dog is ignored, one possible interpretations experts highlight is that the animal may associate the lack of response to it with a mistake. So it's going to be the same reaction in their mind when they actually do something and you're like, no, 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 stop, sit down, wait, wait, wait. You give them a little pat. That's going to equate the same thing. They're going to think they did something wrong and they're going to try to seek attention from you, which is more of a problem because you're ignoring the dog. So just keep that in mind. The second one is they're going to say, well, maybe I need to try harder. Some dogs respond by being ignored by intensifying their efforts. So the first dog is going to be insecure, right? The one wondering, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? That's going to create the insecurity. Now this one creates the hyper, I don't know what it's called. They are more into, trying to make you happy, right?
Okay.
So they intensify their efforts to gain attention. Experts note that that might include barking, pawing at you, bringing you a toy. These behaviors are often learned over time. So they learn by that experience of you ignoring them that maybe they need to try harder. So they're going to go get you a toy. So now when you finally pay them attention because the toy is all slimy and they're throwing it in your face, they got what they wanted. Now they're okay. Okay, so you weren't ignoring me. Oh, it worked. Okay, so I do need to try harder. So the next one is I'll just wait here. And that's when the animal freezes and stays in the same spot. When you leave the room and you come back, it might have been something as simple like oftentimes that you'll run it back in the house because you forgot something. and the dog is sitting there waiting for you. It doesn't know that you are running right in and running back out. So you ignore him naturally because you're just running in to grab something. But so it sits there and waits for you. Now, when you left, the process of you leaving gave the dog closure to know that you're leaving the house for a long time. But when you left and came back in, it reset that whole thing. And so sometimes when you don't even acknowledge the dog or your pet and you run right past them because you got to run in and grab your cell phone because you left your phone on the bed, then that dog is going to sit right there and wait for you. Because now it's thinking like, well, what happened? So it doesn't separate you left and you came back to grab something with the part of you being leaving the first time. Now you're back. It's just like, oh, you're back. And now you're gone again. So you might have to acknowledge the dog and be like, all right, my bad. I had to run in and grab something. I'll be back. I'll see you later. Love you. Give him a pet on his head. And then now he'll be like, oh shit, okay, you're leaving. That's the same shit you did last time when you left. So you got to think about that. They'll go find something else to do. So sometimes that could be they'll go get and be mischievous because remember, you're ignoring them. So now sometimes they're going to find something to do, and it could be to get your attention, right? So when attention is not immediately available, some dogs redirect their energy towards other activities. Experts note that that can include chewing toys, exploring, and resting. This behavior is often encouraged as a part of healthy independence. Some veterinarians highlight the importance of providing appropriate outlets for this type of engagement. So when you notice that your dog, it doesn't affect them and they go find something to do, like I said, sometimes they'll go chew on something and it could be like your shoe, right? Because remember, you ignored them, so they might be trying to still get your attention. But they'll go find something else to do too. They won't be sitting there waiting for you. Oh. And then they'll be confused, right? So that's a mixed signal, like when you ran out and came back in because you forgot something and you didn't do the whole goodbye all over again. They don't understand that. Or like earlier, you don't respond to them and they brought you the toy, and when you finally respond, it's probably negative, like go sit down, or you're yelling at them by then because you're frustrated because you're ignoring the dog. So, and it's just amazing to remember that they absolutely live for your affection. So inconsistent responses from the owner can sometimes create a confusion with the dog. So experts say that when attention is given unpredictably, dogs can struggle to understand expectations. So that makes them also aggressive and insecure. This can lead to hesitation or repeated attempts to engage. So they're going to either be not wanting to engage with you, which is crazy because you own a dog that don't really want to fuck with you or deal with you, or they're going to be excessively engaging. They're going to keep trying to be in your face, which means let them engage with you, get it over with. So veterinarians suggest that a clear, consistent interaction helps with reducing this uncertainty, and dogs rely on patterns to interpret human behavior. So it's crazy to not remember this, you know what I'm saying? To not remember that and have a pet and then to not consider all this. I think this is the last one too. At the broader level, they miss the interaction, right? Social connection matters. They're pack animals, people. What do they do? What do puppies do? They all lay together and they pack up. What do your kids do? They lay all over you. They're packs, a pack of cookies. They all in there together. So at a broader level, dogs are social animals and benefit from regular interactions. Experts emphasize that consistent engagement supports emotional well-being and strengthens bonds. Emotional well-being makes you have a better behaved animal. And when ignored for longer periods, some dogs show signs of reduced enthusiasm or subtle behavior changes. Veterinarians note that this varies depending on the size and the personality and routine. So I'm always going to give you good tips on what to do and how to make sure you take care of your puppy. And just simple thing like ignoring them can do a lot more can affect them a lot more than we think that it does. So I hope you guys learned something from that. Yay. I hope you guys, somebody has oh, hey, what's up, Colombian Third World, Third Ward. I hope y'all learned something. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I have the craziest clips. So y'all know I have crazy clips.
All right now, everybody give it up for Jen. Give it up for Jen.
Hold on. Wait, give it a round of it. Wait, I got a round for myself. Wait, where is that? A round for me.
Oh, there you go. You know,
that's a round for me. And then we're gonna have a 1 second music break real quick while I get something to drink, and then we're gonna come back to Smitty. So hey y'all, we're gonna do that real quick. Hold
Absolutely.
on, I got this right here. Where is that?
The time right now is 8:58 p.m. East Coast Standard Time on this beautiful Mother's Day Sunday, and I thank you all for watching. Rock out, Jen.
Okay, cool. That gives me time to go potty and get something to drink.
We are all created with the spirit that is genuine. What animal would you be? Would you have a change of heart if you knew your spirit is animal?
What?
Hey, welcome to the vibe. Come explore with me. We all got a spark.
You can hear?
Yes, now.
Now you can hear?
Yeah.
Are you bold like a lion or calm like the sea? Every spirit got a rhythm, let it move you with ease. That's the place where the heart meets the mystery, where your fur, baby, soul meets your destiny. So sit back, relax, let your truth run free. My spirit is an animal, 'cause your spirit is animal. Come find what it means. My spirit is an animal, 'cause your spirit. Are you curious to see? My spirit, my spirit is an animal, 'cause your spirit. Do you know what it means? Bold like a lion, come find what it means. Calm like the sea, come find what it means. Earth, baby, soul, every spirit got a rhythm, let it move you with ease. My spirit is animal. What animal would you be? My spirit, animal. Every spirit got a rhythm, let it move you with ease. My spirit is animal. My spirit is animal. Every spirit got a rhythm, let it move you with ease. My spirit is animal. My spirit is animal.
That's a little bop, ain't it? That's a cute little bop.
Man, shout out to the tunes. Shout out to the tunes.
That's Beans. That's DJ Tailwag.
Okay, now DJ Tailwag. Man.
That's Beans' mix. DJ Tailwag.
Okay, now. Shout out to the DJ in the building.
That's his industry name. I'm his momager.
All right, y'all.
Y'all want to mix? Hit me up, DJ Tailwag. I'm his manager.
So let's go ahead and let's kick it off. Now we are getting ready to enter into the exotic portion of this segment. Now, what we are going to be actually talking about, considering that it's Mother's Day, we're going to be looking at mothers. We're going to be looking at different ways, oh so wild ways that mothers give birth. It's going to be very different here today. And we're also going to be looking at how they nurse and the different forms of things. We're also going to be looking at a slight little bit of the mating and courting aspect of this, all right? Because it is Mother's Day. So we're going to try our best to go ahead and keep it right on track of what the day is and what we're talking about. So in this exotic portion right here, I'm going to start out light for us. So Jen, you remember when you were so confused about Nemo?
Nemo, yeah, and how he was the dad can turn. Why didn't his dad just turn into the mom? But then I read that clownfish eat their babies, so I thought that was right too. That's why I chose that answer.
Well, if you'll go ahead and pull this up right here,
you're like, wait, what? I know they're like, I thought I was just talking about dogs, and now y'all talking about Nemo.
Nah, this is the exotic. This is the exotic animal portion of it. This is where we really start getting into some really wild, weird, and freaky things of nature. All right. So with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Just remember that conversation about Nemo as you listen to this, Jen. Let's rock out.
Switches sexes. Meet the underwater color shifter. The ribbon eel is one of the most visually striking creatures in the sea. With a long, ribbon-like body and elegant flowing movements, it's found in coral reefs across the Indo-Pacific. Males are bright blue with yellow highlights, while juveniles start out black, and all males eventually turn into females as they age. This rare natural transition ensures reproductive success. Ribbon eels poke their heads out of burrows, waving their jaws to smell the water and ambush small fish. Their fluttery dancing look has made them aquarium favorites, but they rarely survive in captivity. A rainbow that bites. Subscribe for more living kaleidoscopes of the sea.
All right. So with that being said on that one, right? So basically, this ribbon eel is capable of actually being able to say Happy Father's Day, Happy Mother's Day to me.
It switches sexes. Why would they say? Why does it do that? Because of what?
To make sure that it assures, for procreation. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to get into this. You won't believe this right here. Now, this right here, don't you love some good old kiwi fruit, Jen?
Yeah, but there's a kiwi. This is a bird.
So
the kiwis are brown.
Yeah, so now what we're going to look at is the very, very odd and strange way in which kiwis give birth. But it's not about it being strange how they do it. It's how it is even physically possible for them to be able to do it. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Size of this bird's egg. It's so enormous you might gasp just hearing about it. Meet the kiwi, a small bird that lays an egg weighing about 25 times its own body weight. The egg is so massive it pushes the kiwi's organs aside, squeezing its stomach and lungs, making it hard for the bird to eat or breathe properly. Yet, despite this struggle, the kiwi manages to lay an egg nearly as big as an ostrich's, a truly extreme feat of nature. You won't believe the size of this bird.
Now, I want us to really think about that right there. Ladies,
ostrich egg is big.
Absolutely enormous. You know, the kiwi is extremely small in comparison. And so to be able to do something like that is absolutely out.
Is it one kiwi they give birth to, or is it a bunch of kiwis in there?
It's one.
So all that for one?
Yeah, all that's for one damn baby.
And then the baby's little?
Yeah.
Are they born big and they get little, or are they born little?
No, they're born little. They're born
so
little.
So all that for a little bitty born baby?
Basically, pretty much, yeah.
That is too much, Kiwi. I'm so sorry, Kiwi.
Man, it is absolutely out of this world. And, you know, the kiwi is a bird, I believe, that is flightless as well. You know, they also don't fly.
Right.
And they actually are very and they're very prehistoric as well. They're actually a bird that's been around for an extremely long time.
New Zealand.
Long time.
Yep, Kiwis are New Zealand.
Yep, there you go. So
I'm making beans his bison and rice and warming up his rice.
So now what we're getting ready to look at is something. Now we're going to get a little bit deeper now. And this part right here, ladies and gentlemen, is absolute. When I first saw this, it tripped me out. So, Jen, if you remember or not, I know I was a titty baby. Was you a titty baby?
Was I a titty baby? Yeah, I was. Yep, I was a breastfed.
All right. So we all know how it is generally when it comes to even dogs, cats, and a lot of animals when it comes to nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to show you the blue whale. You ever wonder how? Because they're mammals. They don't come on land. How
How do they
do
how do
they
they feed their kids in the water?
how possibly and how do they get it to them? Let's go ahead and check that out.
The nursing process of the blue whale highlights a unique adaptation to ocean life. To feed its calf deep underwater, the mother produces extremely thick milk, similar to toothpaste, with a fat content of around 50%. This density prevents the milk from dissolving in seawater, allowing the calf to feed efficiently in its natural environment. The nursing process of the blue...
You see that? So when I was thinking the whole time, because I was wondering, like, wait, what... Do they just be born and eat krill? Like, what exactly takes place? What exactly happens, when they're nursing? How does that work? And so basically come to find out, and it makes sense. It's almost waxy. It's like a toothpaste. It's like a caulk almost, right? But the fat, fat is slippery. So it's able to actually slide out like that. So can you imagine like underwater? And you're able to open and you're strictly getting that, and you're not even really getting too much of like water and stuff. You're primarily getting that because if it wasn't as thick, then the water would dilute it. Absolutely amazing. You see what I'm saying? But we're getting ready to get a little bit deeper, y'all. Like it's about to get, it's getting heavy. It's getting heavy. Do you like flamingos?
You might think this flamingo.
You like flamingos, Jen?
Yeah, but I know they lose their pink. They gotta eat little fishies to keep their pink.
Yeah, they start off white like that, baby, there, and that's about what they eat. It's really the plants and what they eat. Yeah.
One of them they lose their pink, right? Something about
So
them lose
again,
their pink.
got you. Okay. So on this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be looking at is a very, very odd and strange way of nursing. Did you know that this is how a flamingo nurses the young? And guess what? Dad is involved.
Is hurting another flamingo, and the baby is drinking blood. But that's not the case. These flamingo parents are actually feeding their baby. The red liquid is called crop milk. Flamingos produce this milk in their stomachs and regurgitate it to feed their young. It's red because of their crab diet. Since the parents' beaks are too big to fit in the baby's mouth, they use a pyramid-style funnel system to make sure none of the milk is wasted. You might think this flamingo is hurting another flamingo, and
now that, Jen, now that's wild. To think that there's a liquid that excretes, because the last time I checked, I thought that all forms of nursing came from something called nipples, right? Let's keep it appropriate and grown people, right? But that's what I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, okay, so like the blue whale, no nipples. Did you ever think about that? No, I never thought about that all this time. Well, how do they? Okay, so it comes out. Boom.
The fact that they have a nursing stage is what it is. Because nursing indicates they have to be fed from the mom.
Exactly. Because you do have animals that are not fed from the mom. But let's go ahead and look at, it's going to get actually even crazier. Okay. So, Jen, let me ask you a question. Do you have trypophobia? Do you have trypophobia, Jen?
What is a trypophobia? What is a trip?
Trypophobia. If you don't know what trypophobia is, you'll know what it is by the time you're done watching this video here. Now, again, happy Mother's Day. Let's look at more examples of very, very wild and crazy weird births.
So this is a Peepa Peepa toad, and it's not just a name that makes
a what?
Peepa. Let's take it back. Let's take it back so you can hear it. I want you to look at this. Now, you see that toad? You see how smooth it looks and everything?
A what toad?
It's called a Peepa Peepa. Like how Pikachu used to say Pika Pika, but it's Peepa Peepa. Right, Peepa Peepa toad. You see how smooth the back is? Okay. So again, if you don't have trypophobia, you might have it after this. Let's go.
So this is a Peepa Peepa toad, and it's not just a name that makes these guys weird. If you have trypophobia, this next clip's gonna be pretty hard to watch. And if you don't know what that is, I think you'll realize you have it after you see this clip. This video is showing how the female Pipa Pipa toads actually give birth. When breeding season comes, the females will develop holes in their bags. The eggs will be deposited into those holes, and soon enough, the babies will hatch from their back. These toads are super creepy, but they are absolutely fascinating. So this is a Pipa Pipa.
Jen.
So trypophobia is
trypophobia.
when that like pimple popping.
A bunch of holes, like a bunch of holes. It's like it's really is like you see a bunch of holes in the skin and stuff like that. Yeah. Now that right there, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jen. Like, so imagine that
Those are all babies. All those little dots are babies.
All of those are babies.
Oh, like a spider egg. I have whatever that is on like a spider egg.
Trypophobia. Yep, you got
That's what it is when it'll make my skin crawl.
It'll make your skin feel crawly. Yep, that's called trypophobia.
Oh.
If your skin feels crawly when looking at that, then you get that.
But
little
only
chill.
like spider eggs though, because that didn't bother me though, because I could watch pimple popping.
I ain't gonna lie. When he was pushing that joint about his back, I was a little like, okay.
Yeah.
I might want to eat some of this Mother Day food left over later. Come on now.
Hey, Bubby. I made you some dinner.
So, Jen, are you ready to go even deeper? Now we're really about to get into a very, very creepy, weird, freaky place of nature. Ladies and gentlemen,
I made you delicious.
I would like to introduce to you the world's most bizarre science project that nature has ever given us. Jen, do you know what that is?
A hippopotamus.
No, Jen. It's called this right here.
The platypus is one of the strangest creatures on Earth, and everything about it seems like a mix of different animals.
Now, listen to how it feels.
The fact that it can sleep and that it can go underwater and be on land like equally is crazy.
Well, turtles and frogs can do that. But look at this right here, Jen, and even crabs. Look at this here.
It has a duck's bill, a beaver's tail, and otter-like webbed feet, almost like nature put together a puzzle with leftover parts. But the weirdness doesn't stop there. Unlike most mammals, the platypus lays eggs.
No mammal lays eggs. Dogs.
So how is he unlike most mammals? Unlike most mammals. Okay, I was like, wait, how is he unlike? Okay.
Because it lays eggs. It's a mammal.
That lays eggs.
That's like imagine a cat or a dog or a giraffe or something. Imagine, a buffalo, a cow. All of these are mammals. Imagine them laying an egg. Right. This is a mammal that lays eggs. Let's keep on going. Happy Mother's Day.
Instead of giving birth to live young. And when the babies hatch, they don't drink milk from nipples because the mother doesn't have any.
No nipples. So how does the mother nurse?
Instead, she secretes milk through her skin, and the babies just lap it up from her fur. And here's something wild. Male platypuses have venomous spurs on their hind legs. The venom isn't deadly to humans, but it can cause intense pain that lasts for weeks. Imagine getting stung by an animal that looks so...
Yes.
How did you sting me?
By back kicking you. Like, say you...
No, how are you? You're a mammal. How are you stinging? What other mammals sting?
Exactly. No. Good.
How did you sting me? I'm not asking you like the logistics of you stinging me. How did you get venom in your body? Because everything else that has venom is not mammal. So how did you sting me?
Cute. The platypus is also a stealthy hunter. It doesn't rely on its eyes, ears, or nose underwater.
When it's underwater, it's blind. So I want you to imagine, like, if you didn't have goggles on and then you jump into the pool and then you just close your eyes so like the chlorine don't burn them. The water don't burn your eyes.
It don't rely on its eyes, ears, or nose?
No.
What do you rely on then? You can't see, smell, or hear.
Electro
senses. No. It's like an electric pulse. Electro senses. Let's see if they talk about it.
Instead, it senses tiny electric signals from its prey.
There you go, right there. Let me rewind that.
Oh, like with the water buffalo. He's like, pew, pew.
Imagine getting stung by an animal that looks so cute. The platypus is also a stealthy hunter. It doesn't rely on its eyes, ears, or nose underwater. Instead, it senses tiny electric signals from its prey using special receptors in its bill, like a built-in radar system. Oh, and here's the craziest part. Platypuses glow under UV light. Scientists discovered this in 2020, and no one really knows why.
Yeah, they glow. Yeah, they glow. It's something like
How do they glow under UV light?
It's like
Ooh.
ultraviolet. It's a name for it. I'm going to look it up so I don't give off the wrong information, but they actually glow.
Not them glowing.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Now, what I think
eat your
is that
food.
honestly,
Come on.
I think that definitely is the Frankenstein of nature. It has a duck bill, has a beaver's tail, has a
And it
otter's
has
body,
stingers.
and it has stingers. No
Fingers like
nipples.
a bee.
But you also have to remember this. I want you to
Venom like a snake.
try your best to get your brain to register this. Try your best to get your brain to register this. It eats food and it has no stomach.
Why doesn't it have a stomach?
It has no stomach.
Why? Where would you?
It eats food, but it has no stomach.
And then it can't breastfeed because it has no nipples. So then the baby just come out eating food. Like the baby
I'm
just come
just
out.
curious
Come
about
out
the whole.
going straight to the table.
I'm
There's no baby.
curious about the entire process of, okay, so we know the stomach. Okay, so you have your mouth.
You're born from an egg.
You have mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, larger intestine, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out. Okay, boom. If you do not have that midway point, that truck stop called the stomach,
What happens?
how do you go to the bathroom?
Well, maybe we need to look up the what do you call it? Anatomy of a platypus, because that's just crazy. On top of that,
all right. Well, let's
that's
just
just
go
even
ahead and
crazy.
do that now. Let's just do that now. One
Because
second.
how do you don't have a stomach? How do you even eat? Who?
So let's take
What
it
are
from
you?
the
Is
top.
that? Are you like a dinosaur? Are they left over from that dinosaur stage? So they got left here on Earth. They're still the last ones. They
One
were
second.
hiding. Because that's crazy.
I'm not sure, Jen. But let's go ahead and try this real quick. Here we go, Jen. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Ask Nancy.
Nancy, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Is platypuses dinosaurs, Nancy?
Of course, take your time. Just let me know what you need, and I'm ready to help out with anything you've got on your mind.
Thank you, Nancy. I will go ahead and ask. Nancy, first question I would like to ask you. Does a platypus have a stomach?
Great question. Yeah, it does. Even though platypuses are pretty unusual, being one of the few mammals that lay eggs, they do have a digestive system. So they have a stomach, intestines, all that.
So they actually do have a stomach. Okay, so let me ask you this. How exactly do they use the bathroom?
Yeah, good question. So platypuses, like other mammals, have a cloaca. Basically, it's a single opening for excretion, reproduction, and urination. So everything goes through that one spot. Pretty efficient in a weird way.
Ooh, thank you, Nancy. Ooh, so that junk bleeds, pees, boo-boos, and have babies all through that one canal. It's
Pretty
gross.
efficient.
Sounds like a clinic visit to me.
But they're platypuses and they're born from an egg. And they don't
Hey.
have no nipples. But
Well,
and their
see, the
babies
thing
come out
is
going
that-
right to food.
Ah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I went on ahead and I saved this last one specifically because it is Mother's Day. And we know how fantastic Mother's Day is. And we know how much Father's Day sucks.
Father's Day is okay. I like Father's Day.
Okay. Well, we're going to also prove in nature how they let you know Father's Day is some But anyway, with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Now we're about to look into the reproduction, reproduction system and how it works of something called the anglerfish, way down in the darks of the ocean. You remember on Nemo, the big fish with the teeth, and it had the light on the top of its head?
Yeah, so let me see that.
That's
Okay,
an
let me
angler.
see. Yeah, so the Toledo Zoo, we went on like a zoo when my sisters were little. We used to like just go to like, I used to always take them to do stuff. So that take them to like different zoos. So here in Detroit, you can go to the Detroit Zoo. We have people don't, it's not abnormal for folks to like go to the Toledo Zoo, which is one of the bigger zoos on this side of the country, right? So Toledo Zoo has that exhibit with their aquarium where you go down in the cave, and you're under the habitat, right? You know what I mean? Like you go inside the monkey habitat, and you're going through the little cage, right? So you're going in the Toledo Zoo. I took my sisters and I took some other people with us too to go see it. And Toledo ain't nothing to drive down. You leave in the morning, you come back in the evening, like type of thing. And so that it has that exhibit where you go down into the aquarium exhibit, where the aquarium is built around you. So Californians is like that too, because it's an interactive, and they have the touching pond where you can reach in and touch the starfish, reach in and touch the eels and stuff. And then if you also keep going through the exhibit, through the aquarium, there is a tunnel, and it's a blackout curtain, and you go inside the blackout curtain and you will see these guys. And that's where that's where I first saw them. And they will come up to the it'll be pitch black. And then because you don't see them until they come into light, till the light gets close to you, because they're far away, you don't see them. It's so pitch black because of how their habitat has to be pitch black, because they live so far down on the bottom of the ocean. But yeah, to this day, my sisters will tell you, now I haven't taken my nephew yet, and he's like a nerd like that too, so he's into stuff like that. So that'll be like an easy, drive to Toledo, go to the zoo type of thing. He's still young and he's still a kid. He ain't no YN, so he's still a kid, and that's like fascinating to him. But they have that at the zoo where you go into behind the black curtain, and you go back there, and they say stand there long enough, because when they see light, they'll start coming towards the window. And then you'll start seeing them. And we saw the fish with the glow-in-the-dark bodies, the little light bulb looked like a lantern. Their tail came from behind them, and the light was in front of them. Their teeth were glowing, like it was crazy. But all those animals in that exhibit, that's their habitat. They live in the dark. So look it up.
So what we're going to do, because it is Mother's Day, and speaking of Mother's Day, reproduction is very, very important. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take a quick message to let you all know. Please do not disrupt nature when nature is in progress. Let's take a look.
What is this here?
Get away from her!
Mating ducks plus liberal white Karen equals fun for the rest. She yells at male duck mating with female because she thinks it's rape.
What?
Get away from her! Get away from her! Hey! Get off of her!
Get in the water. Get in the water. You know you're going to get in the water. Get in the water. Get in the water.
Get us a net! Everybody's just standing around.
How do you figure more ducks get?
Everyone's standing around while the bird is eating.
No, wait, Jen. Listen to what the dude says.
Everyone's just standing around.
But listen to what the dude says right after she says that. Listen close to what he says in the camera.
Get in the water.
Get us a net! Everybody's just standing around.
How do you figure more ducks get made?
I know.
Please get in the water.
Is that illegal?
Uh-oh, puppy.
Yep, there she goes. Oh boy. Oh my God. She's got a net. Oh no, she ran all the ducks away. It's mental illness.
Where'd she get a net from?
She's yelling
Where
at the
did
ducks.
she get a net from?
She's yelling at the
And then
who
she's saying,
goes
"Get
in
off of her."
Somebody
Ooh.
asked her that. No. Somebody asked that in the chat too. Somebody said, "Where did she get the net from?"
yells
Where
at
did
ducks.
she get a net from?
People like this used to be swamp hags that would sell mushrooms, and now we have to let them vote. Isn't that scary?
Where are
anyway,
her shoes? Where
I
did she?
have no
Where
clue.
are her shoes?
Jen, she probably took them off and climbed over the rail, and everybody started recording.
And
So
then
now
she
what we're
said,
gonna do?
everyone's just standing there like while the duck is getting raped. It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much. So now
And
we're
then
going to get
how are you
into
yelling and saying "get off of her"? Like he's translating that as saying "get off of who?
what
Get
it
off
is.
my girlfriend."
Well, what it is, Jen, what it is this. This is where actually the
That's crazy.
the rubber meets the road when it comes to sane and not sane. Because most people would even know if you took time and look up, a lot of animals deal with multiple males trying to mate with one female and they fighting over and everything else. And that's all throughout nature in a lot of different areas, species, and categories of life, from the sea to land to even air. As there's always a category where it's one female and there's a whole bunch of dudes that are just fighting over the female. I was watching a video about some bees that are located, I believe, in Australia and New Zealand. So I was looking at that, right? And these bees, they consisted of basically all females in the entire village. And the only reason why is because by the time all of the males are done fighting over the females, they kill each other. They delete each other. They off each other, excuse me. And so, yeah, it winds up being just, and so it's a whole bunch of male bodies just littered all over the place. Until like birds come and eat them, so on and so forth, lizards and everything else. But yeah. So with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:28 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get to our final part on this before we actually get into a very, very interesting, fun, scientifical experiment topic that I think we all should enjoy. So let's go ahead and look at how does the female anglerfish procreate? And what exactly is dad's position and how important is it? Let's take a look.
The anglerfish you might be familiar with, the ones with the huge scary mouths and dangling lures, represent only half of the anglerfish population, the female half. The other half of their population has an entirely different story.
So in the movie of Nemo, when you saw that one, that was a female, not the male. This is the male.
A story of what it's like to not have testicles, but to be testicles.
Yeah, let's run that back. That's how important we are, fellas. Let's run that back.
Rewind it.
Yeah, let's run that
Who
back.
is the mama and who's the daddy?
This is the mom. The big one with the lure. That's the mom. Anytime you see this one, it's always a female. You know that. You know it's a female just by that alone. Let's rock out and let's listen to how important dad is. Happy Father's Day in the future.
Lures represent only half of the anglerfish population, the female half. The other half of their population has an entirely different story. A story of what it's like to not have testicles, but to be testicles. The males of many deep-sea angler species only grow to about 1 to 3 centimeters, less than an inch. This is way smaller than the females, who can be up to 60
Imagine him trying to lie and say, I'm packing.
times longer and 500,000 times heavier. And his single mission is to find a female. Once he spots her, he prepares for the most important moment of his life. He swims closer and bites into her and releases an enzyme that digests her flesh and also fuses the skin of his mouth to her body. They fuse so completely that even their circulatory...
Did you notice how she had 2 baby daddies? Yeah, that just isn't here in the black community. It's all over the world.
No,
Don't be trying. No. Do I got to take it back?
What about her being a big girl?
And releases an
being a
enzyme
little
that
fella?
digests her
Look at that. 2 baby daddies, okay? So it ain't just here, people, okay? Animals even need to get their stuff together. Let's go.
flesh and also fuses the skin of his mouth to her body. They fuse so completely that even their circulatory systems merge. Over time, the male atrophies and ceases to exist as an individual. He loses his eyes, digestive organs, brain function, and everything else not related to reproduction.
And have you not heard husbands say you're draining?
He becomes an appendage, essentially a pair of gonads. His body releases sperm to the female in response to her hormones, triggering egg release for the rest of both of their lives. So is he balls? Kind of, in the sense that he's become an organ that just provides sperm. But maybe not so much balls in the sense that the female now has her own pair.
Say it again. Say it again.
He triggers egg release for the rest of their lives. So he's just nutting and she just getting.
Yep.
This is what y'all wanted, fellas. Y'all just wanted to be skiing on people. Now here you go. This is your main purpose to skeet. And y'all
he done lost his job. He done lost his eyesight.
He done lost his eyes. Organs, he done lost his control of himself. He just a skeet machine.
And is self-fertilizing her eggs. And also making them less like the balls we're used to is the fact that a single female deep-sea anglerfish can have up to 8 males attached to
8 baby daddies. She got, oh my God, 8 baby daddies.
Maybe even more. This whole strange arrangement is called sexual parasitism. And it's
sexual.
So that's what we can say with the men nowadays, ladies. Let's put that in the vocabulary. We're gonna call that when these women out here got 8 baby mamas. That's called sexual parasitism.
Can have up to 8 males attached to her at once, maybe even more. This whole strange arrangement is called sexual parasitism, and it's really fucking weird.
Parasite, like sexual parasitism.
Parasitism, yeah.
Right, like a parasite.
Isn't that something? So that's all that the guys are reduced to, ladies and gentlemen, is a daggone parasite. Ain't that something?
You become a sexual parasite.
I know,
all those baby daddies. Well, that would be the woman who has multiple baby daddies. So she's a sexual parasite, and the guy who has multiple baby mamas.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that one. So Jen, I want to ask you this question.
Ooh.
If you were to take a guess and rate from 0 to 10, as 0 being absolutely nothing happens.
Well, there's our video. Go ahead.
That absolutely nothing happens, or a 10 being he's going to go all out and protect you. Lord forbid, 3 times over. If somebody tried to attack you guys, what do you think Beans would do?
Oh, he gonna get a little anxious because that just happened with this other dog, and I was trying to hold them back because I don't want them to lock their jaws or lock on each other or bite each other. Actually, so and now he got it in for that dog. Every time he see that dog, he ain't done. So,
ladies and gentlemen, this segment right here is called "Would Your Dog Protect You?" Now, I got Michi, and he's going to haul ass and find something to hide under. Right? If he actually did a Spider-Man, jumped off the wall and started gouging the face, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. That's just where I am. But for those who are dog owners, and I used to have 2 dogs, and you know what? I really honestly think that D-Boy, I don't know, Scoot maybe not. I think if Scoot sees D-Boy go in, then he would go in, but I know Dino would. D-Boy would have gave his life because he's actually done it out in the wild when we've come across fox and he fought a beaver. Dino fought a beaver one day.
Yeah, Beans would protect me. I've had a few dogs that I had a whole Great Dane that would be like, his big ass will run.
Right. Okay.
He would run.
So right now with
I had a Chihuahua and a Dachshund that would try to chew your ankles off, and my Westie would try to chew your ankles off, like literally try to bite you.
So let's go ahead and let's look at this video right here. And we're going to pause it segment by segment, owner by owner. And we're just going to recap, go ahead and talk about each piece. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. The time right now is 9:36 p.m. East Coast Standard Time on this beautiful Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. Would your dog protect you? Let's see how this works.
When a masked intruder kicks down a door in Minneapolis, these two pooches take off. And in a home outside Philadelphia, this dog runs away after a burglar hurls a plate at it.
That's because that dog's not for protection.
So, would your dog come to your defense if a burglar ever broke in? This is Perry, a 5-year-old yellow lab.
Oh, that's my good girl.
Her owner, Michelle Kelleher, loves her dog, but she wonders whether Perry will go the extra yard.
I hope she tries to protect me.
To find out, we enlisted guard dog expert.
I need to figure out where these people are. I need to get you on there, Jen. We need to get you on this show. I want to see how you and
Beans would not.
I want to see how you and Beans fare out. You know, no.
He might.
Let's say we give you 90 days to train. Let me say you get 90 days to go ahead and.
Well, he already has some. He's already got some built-in securities. Like, as he can remember, him and me both was beat up, so he won't leave me either. So if you're trying to do something, he naturally is gonna do that, and then he might try to run. I don't know, but yeah, he could. I'm telling you, that happens right now. Not even that someone's trying to attack me, but even just like, someone saying, "Hey, my dog is friendly," and then the dog runs up to me, or, a guy trying to walk up to me, and then he has turned around, and the guy has been like, excuse me, hey, hey, my name is so and so, how you doing? And before I can turn around, Beans is already turned around like, nah, nigga, no. And I'm like, he didn't even walk up with bad intentions, or I guess, I don't know.
And let me go ahead and give my quick warning. Warning, viewer discretion advised. There will be a lot of white people mouth to mouth with their dogs in it. So if that grosses you out, go ahead and turn the channel, or just put it on.
A lot of white people mouth to mouth and their dogs. It's crazy.
Let's go ahead and look at this. We're going to look at each segment in its full part, and then we're going to go ahead and recap on each segment. Let's rock out.
It's Nate Bonilla and Michael DeBruzzo. Then, with Michelle's permission.
Now, what I don't like is that they made the black dude the burglar. I don't like that. Are you training these dogs to hunt us? Anyway, let me shut up.
Mission. Our burglar bursts in. Michelle puts on a great performance as he pretends to assault her. She screams for Perry. So what does Perry do? Does she jump in to save her? Look, she heads for the door. Michelle is left alone to defend herself.
This is called flight. Her tail is tucked. She's actually looking for a way out.
Thanks, Perry. I'm a little surprised she almost took off.
Next up, Ruby.
See that damn mouth. Anyway, what do you think about the first one? Let's look at that one more time.
Well, Labradors are playful. Labradors are playful, remember, and they stay young and they stay playful for a long time, right?
Uh-huh.
So considering that part of the breed, go ahead.
Okay, let's look at it one more again for the win.
DeBruzzo. Then, with Michelle's permission, our burglar bursts in. Michelle puts on a great performance as he pretends to assault her. She screams for Perry. So what does Perry do? Does she jump in to save her? Look, she heads for the door. Michelle is left alone to defend herself.
This is called flight. Her tail is tucked. She's actually looking for a way out.
Thanks, Perry. I'm a little surprised she almost took off.
Next.
All right, so this is the next up to bat, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so with Perry, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real with you, Jen. What I've noticed is, have you ever met that person that got that dog that they just don't let nobody pet for real?
No, that's not how. What's his problem? Like, what you mean?
No. Hear me. What I'm talking about is how you get a dog to actually be protective. What I've noticed, so let me just get to it so you get what I'm saying. I've noticed that there are a lot of people, I used to be upset about it. Like, I go to some of my homies' house and I'm like, man, how come you always put the dog in a cage, man? I can't ever pet him enough. He's like, nah, I don't want nobody petting him. I'm talking about, this is my homie. I don't want nobody touching them, because they're training them to be almost like basically guard dog. Like, They don't want them to be super friendly with everybody. That's why I was asking that. So the main point of why I'm saying that, you already know she's one of those walking through the park. Perry pets, Perry is petted by everybody in the neighborhood, all of that. Lord knows how many people came by, and it wasn't an issue. That dog wasn't ready for that, is what I'm saying. I do believe that dog could be trained more so to be protective in that sense. But you can tell, Mama Catherine, I'm just calling her that, Mama Catherine, you already know. Oh no, he's absolutely friendly. What's your dog's name? Like, you already know that's how that go at the dog park. She goes to the local dog park and everything. So Perry is, yeah. But let's go ahead and look at this next one. Do you have something to say to that real quick before I push play? All right, let's go ahead and look at the round 2, babies, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got right now.
Up, Ruby.
You're a princess. Yes, you are.
A 4-year-old pit bull lab mix beloved by her.
All right, so we got a pit lab mix. All right, that's up to bat.
Owner Kevin Peterson.
Look at this nasty shit.
I believe she's gonna bite, but I'd like to find out.
The so-called home invasion goes down, and it sure looks terrifying. Ruby comes running to investigate.
Ruby, get him!
She's not so brave either. She runs away.
Are you serious? Hey, Jen, that's an L for the pits.
Can you believe
he's a pit lab mix? So remember the lab.
So that was the lab hat.
You
so
need to respect
trying to say
no, you have to respect the breed on that. Well, you have to respect the breed. That labs stay playful for longer than other breeds. Like, other breeds will be a little more mature at 3 years old. Labs are still playful. They're still young. That's still a young lab. That's why they're good with families and kids like that, So that's part of it. And then pits are big babies too, but you're not training a Labrador pit mix to be more like a pit bull. You want him to be protective, but he's got a lot of the Labrador in him. He even looks like a Labrador. So he's going to be just a big old kid for a while.
I see. I damn sure see much more.
No, his nose is so very long. Our Labrador, she was a baby. I mean, she just stayed playful for a long time, like 3 years, where other dogs, by then, they're starting to mature and even calm down, By 4 years old, she's still running around, kid.
Let's go ahead and look at this one right here. Let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and run it back one good time. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's see it.
Stop, Ruby.
You're a princess. Yes, you are.
A 4-year-old pit bull lab mix beloved by her owner, Kevin Peterson.
I believe she's gonna bite, but I'd like to find out.
The so-called home invasion goes down, and it sure looks terrifying. Ruby comes running to investigate.
Ruby, get him!
She's not so brave either. She runs away. Can you believe she's part pit bull?
Ruby was curious. She was worried about you, but she was not willing to take on the attacker. Sorry, Kevin, but Ruby is a win.
My dog failed the test.
Now meet the duo of Frodo and Dobby. Ferocious.
What you think, Jen?
What I think about I just said what I think about Ruby.
No. These two up next. What you think about these two up next? We got.
I don't know. I can't see what they are.
Close.
I didn't see
Who's a good boy?
We got a Chihuahua.
They live with Ellen Eykamp in Westchester.
That look like a mutt. I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me play it back in here.
No, he just said it, but yeah, he said it.
Hold on, I didn't hear it. Let me hear it.
My dog failed the test.
Now meet the duo of Frodo and Dobby. Ferocious looking, not even close.
Who's a good boy?
They live with Ellen Eykamp in Westchester County, New York.
I think Frodo is really going to go after the attacker.
Well, we'll just see about that. Ellen puts on quite a show, and when they hear Mom is under attack, the two come running into the room. Watch as brave Frodo gets right into the mix. He even jumps up on our brother and backs him out the door.
Hey, where's the applaud?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Gotta give it up for them.
Okay, Beans. Yay.
That's what's up.
Good boy.
Let's look at that again. Let's look at how that all unfolded. So to think, out of all of the dogs, look at Batman and Robin. That's what I'm talking about. Let's rock out.
Come running into the room. Watch as brave Frodo gets right into the mix. He even jumps up on our burglar and backs him out the door.
They did amazing. They did amazing.
Mike says Frodo instinctively does a guard dog technique called splitting.
He goes right in between, puts himself in the line of fire, and then continues to drive him out.
Little Dobie was just as fearless.
Once they realized that something was wrong, they really both stepped up.
Little Dobie was just as fearless. Oh, man. Absolutely interesting. Let me listen to this.
I think these are.
Who'd have thought the littlest dogs, including a Chihuahua, would turn out to be the bravest?
Man, there you go, right there. There you go, right there.
See, I can just go see, tell him to start. Go see. Come here.
You say what now?
See. Hey, come here. Nothing's there. Come here. All right. Good job. Good job, puppy.
He's actually on that time, huh?
Oh no, he's here. Somebody. He's looking out the window.
No, that's what I'm talking about. He's actually.
Oh
on
yeah,
that
he's
time.
actually he's actually doing exactly what we was just watching. He's like, hold on, you said go see somebody. Let me go see Mama. Let me go check the door. And then he paced with his head down like he's like looking for something. Like what?
Now to go ahead and just kind of ride us out smooth, and it is an actual nice ride, Jen. Let me ask you this question while I go ahead and get this pulled up. Jen, do you want to retell the people who might not have heard your story about if you have been attacked by a dog before?
Oh yeah, we did that last episode where we talked about the reasons why dogs attack and how they sometimes can misread your language. So yeah, I was attacked by Nikita, who turned out to have like a schizophrenic trait, because I think that's something that's also when they're like inbred. So that's like when there's two dogs from the same litter, and then they breed them to have babies. They're not, you know what I mean? So they're inbred. And I was just leaving my friend's house like normal. I had been friends with this guy since 7th grade, and he's had that dog for a long time. Now, granted, I was even though I had a dog, I was afraid of some people's dogs. When I go to their houses, I was not afraid of their dog, but I'd be like kind of like, just a little bit like on edge, because I'd be like, okay, this dog, I don't know this dog really yet. So, because I wouldn't necessarily always be in the person's house, even though they were my friend. And then I would do the same thing for my dog too. So not saying that I was always around the dog, and I would like, well, you was always around him, so why did he bite you? I don't know. So I was always around, but the dog, because of Nikita, and they understood their dog, so they knew that he wasn't meant to really be around them and their friends when they're all jumping around, joking and being, kids. So he would be off on his side, the dog would be segregated somewhere else. But normally when I would come over there, I come over there by myself, so I wouldn't be allowed. It wouldn't be a whole bunch of noise. It wouldn't be, no sudden movements and all that. We'd be sitting there watching a movie, and I'd be like, I'm coming over your house to watch the movie instead of us watching it, me watching it at my house and you watching it at your house. And then I would leave like normal, and I would always pet the dog on his head, and I would leave like normal. But just like when I told you guys, I went over the reasons why dogs attack, because he can misinterpret, or they become territorial, or they all of a sudden they feel something is threatening them. And I pet the dog on his head, and I'm only 5'4", so when it jumped up, it literally can reach my face, and it jumped up and bit me right in the jaw. And I had 4 holes in my jaw, but I had 2 holes that had went straight through. So that means he he pinched my cheek in his jaws. His 2 top teeth went through my jaw into my mouth, and then he released because I pulled away. I got home, and that was so terrifying. My face was black and blue, and it was bleeding, and I was shaking, and I could blow air through my jaw. It was 2 holes in my jaw. from bitten in the face by a dog. I did talk about the psychological fact because remember we just saw it on this episode that the dogs people are afraid of the possibility of being bit by a dog. Well, now that's heightened after you've actually been bit by a dog. So now you're thinking that you're going to get bit again, which creates the fear that the dog can always smell, which makes the dogs react to you. So now you have this crazy cycle of being afraid of dogs because you were bit by a dog, which releases the hormone in your body, the chemicals in your body of fear, which all dogs can smell. So you just be walking around scared, emitting odor that dogs can smell that make them draw them to you. So, ironically, ironically, right?
So this video, I'm not going to lie. This is one of those, I was just kind of late at night. And, one of the things came across the time feed. And I like the ride, the backcountry roads. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, to give you a quick prefix on what we're looking at. We're looking at a guy who rides his bike. Now, listen to this and you'll hear him say it. You'll even see it. Guess what, Jen? This guy is a bike rider who is also an amputee with a prosthetic leg.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he's going to be showing us what it's like to protect yourself. And that's why I asked you about when dogs attack. Now, you may not agree with his methods or what he does, so on and so forth. But I don't know. It's one of those videos you just get to watching. Like, go ahead, pour your wine, get your little whatever you got to get, your goodies and stuff, your snacks. I'm telling you, because it's just a nice, chill, relaxing video to look at. So if you don't mind pulling that up right there. I'm going to go ahead and push play. And look, Jen, he is so daggone dramatic talking about how he got sick. He made it sound like he just nearly escaped the avalanche and was hanging off by a pinky and stuff, right?
Sit your butt.
But anyway, listen to this right here. It's very interesting. I digress. The mic is muted. Let's go ahead and look at this right here.
Sit your butt.
This is an air horn fail, y'all. I should have used pepper spray, but I didn't have it. Back. This dog runs right through the horn. The Siberian Husky listens to it. He takes off, but this one comes right for my leg. And with the power of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, with his shield.
He's so dramatic.
I am saved through his grace right here. The shield of Jesus Christ protects me, and I emerge unscathed. This is a true miracle.
It's not. It's the pepper spray you use, and it's the horn.
There's no logical explanation.
I have
why
bark away.
I was not bitten and torn apart by this dog. It ran right through the horn. There was nothing protecting.
What'd you say?
It ran right through the horn. It's crazy.
Me, except
ran right through the horn. I told you, he's really dramatic. It's very interesting. Let's go.
The shield of Christ, and because of that, I was able to survive this pit bull attack and live to fight another day.
We're good.
Here I'm being attacked by 3 adult German Shepherds. They're in a pack. I don't have my pepper spray, but I do have my air horn. I blast them, and this one runs right through and bites my artificial leg. It runs right through.
I blast them.
All you did was call them over to you. It's crazy. I'm being attacked by a pack of German Shepherds.
Teeth come in contact with the metal leg. And so if this had been my real leg side, I would have had to use more aggressive force. I can't afford a bite like that on the real leg. So they're pack animals. That one gets a mouthful of metal, and the other ones realize something.
He stopped. He's not even moving.
And so I don't get mauled today because I'm part metal. She just said sorry, but that was after the fact. And that wouldn't have done a whole lot of good if I was getting mauled. If they would have knocked me down, if they would come up from the other side, got my real leg, and I doubt she would have even been.
Pause. So he said, did you hear what he said? She said sorry, and that doesn't mean anything. It's because it's after the fact. I hate that because when that 110-pound Rottweiler ran up on us, and the lady's just calling the dog back, and his recall for her is not working. The recall for the male, the boy, the man, he comes to when the man calls, but the man wasn't there. So the woman was walking the dog, and and I hate when people do that, and the dog doesn't come back, and he's not answering to them. And your recall is after the fact. Then you're like, sorry, He just said, you're going to say sorry? By then, the dog is already mauling me and I'm in the middle of the road. What do you mean sorry? You should be already, running once your dog is darting towards the street. So I feel like, that pisses me off sometimes, man, because I'm responsible with my dog to make sure that he's just not randomly running up to anybody. You know what I mean? So that's just crazy. I'm awesome. Sorry. As he's driving down, but by then your dog is chewing off my middle leg, and I'm already laying. He said, yeah, if they had been they came to my non-middle leg side, then they would have been attacking me. She's talking about some damn sorry from the yard. She ain't even moved yet. She's talking about some sorry. What the hell you gonna do way over there?
Let's keep on rocking out. Hey, look, this is gonna be an interesting ride.
Crazy to me.
He ain't done. Let's go.
Able to stop them if they had gone into a frenzy. So here's a perfect example where having a metal leg can be an advantage. Here I'm riding up a hill. You can see my artificial leg there, and I'm struggling. I've been riding for a long time, and there is a pit bull, and I didn't see it. You can see it in the video over there, and here it comes. This is when I realize it's there. I pull out the pepper spray and I spray. Now he ducked down. It did get in his eyes a little bit, but mainly on his coat, painted his coat orange a little bit, but it worked. That's the main thing. It worked, and I reacted quickly enough to defend myself against a pit bull.
Now that was a pit bull. I was not ready for that at all. I've never seen a pit bull come out of that yard before.
This dog rushes out into the road to try to bite me. It's not a pit bull, but I don't care. Regardless of breed, I don't like dog bites. I don't like the risk of infection or rabies. And so I got it really well. I got it in the face, which I've noticed is important because when you don't get them in the face, a lot of times they'll come after you again.
I ain't gonna lie, they look like Cujo.
Again, when you ride by.
Cujo was
I overwhelmed it with such a smell.
Okay.
It looked kind of like Cujo.
No, that's a freaking. That's one of those.
It looks muddish.
Healer. That's like a healer.
It looked like it got like 3 different breeds. It looked like it got a couple breeds in it.
No, it's the what's it called? A dog like the sheep dogs, the herders, the herding dogs. People usually out there in the sticks. They have herder dogs
talking
like
about
that. Like Bluey, like a healer or like a terrier. They're herding dogs. You know what I'm talking about because they come in those 3 colors. They're either black or brown.
The herding dog. You talking about the Australian Shepherd?
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Right.
And then they're good they're territorial like that. So yeah.
I got you.
Its eyesight, it recovered, but it remembers. And so now when I ride past this place, it has no interest in coming out to bite me. Right here, I'm passing that same house. There's about 10 dogs in this house.
Here he comes.
The leader. It wasn't a pit bull. This is a pit bull. And so watch this. I spray, and this dog just about falls over trying to dodge that spray. It's not a leader. It's number 2. And by training this dog like that, all it had to do was see that spray and then smell that spray. It already smelled the spray on the other dog that went back to those other 10 dogs. And so that was all I had to do to completely train all 10 of these dogs to not come out on the road and attack me. And so now
my bad.
Can you rewind? Because when he came past the house, that dog came out the yard and literally was catching. That's not real.
Right
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Dog right here. Let's see.
Right here, I'm passing that same house. There's about 10 dogs at this house, so I already sprayed the leader. It wasn't a pit bull. This is a pit bull. And so watch this. I spray, and this dog just about falls over.
Look how fast he was catching up.
Yeah, but that was a quick duck too, as well. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty swift of a little duck.
I mean, he came out the yard though, and then was catching up to his bike.
The leader. It's number 2. And by training this dog like that, all it had to do is see that spray and then smell that spray. It already smelled the spray on the other dog that went back to those other 10 dogs. And so that was all I had to do to completely train all 10 of these dogs to not come out on the road and attack me. And so now I ride by that house regularly and I don't have any problems. As I pass this house, I notice dogs way back there in the backyard, and I don't think much of it. And I continue riding. but you can see from this camera that they come out in the road. I can't see that in real time. I don't even realize they're there until that one comes right up on me. And then I look back and I see there's two of them. I'm lucky I didn't get bitten, because with two dogs, one on each side, it's just harder to guard both sides at the same time. So I pepper sprayed immediately when the...
That looks closer to what you was talking about, Jen.
Well, they come and try 3 colors. They come in, remember, they come in that spotted color with the blue and gray eye, and then they come in a black and white one like that one.
Those are
But the herding dog,
I wonder,
yeah.
I wonder if that's hair or fur. I wonder if they shed a lot or not, because I can't stand that shit.
Dog came up on me on my left side, turned around, noticed 2 dogs, then sprayed both of them. And so that made them go away. I like Australian Shepherds. I've owned Australian Shepherds. I've trained them to herd cattle, sheep, and ducks, and all these breeds.
I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Like Australian Shepherds, cattle dogs, border collies. Without a job, they just get bored and they will get into trouble by chasing cars, pedestrians.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, border collie.
The other one might have been a border collie. That's why it looked
Maybe
different.
so.
I forgot about that. Yeah, forgot about them.
Cyclists. As I ride my bicycle around this curve, a black and white pit bull is going to come storming out of the driveway. The owner's screaming at it not to. It doesn't listen. And bam, I pepper spray it. And it gets that pepper spray all over its face. It inhales it, gets it on its mucous membranes and its nose. It's very uncomfortable. It's learning.
It gets it on its mucous membranes and its nose.
It made a mistake. It's learning maybe I shouldn't have run out in the road and attacked this man on his bicycle. And so after he feels all this spray and learns this lesson.
No, the dog is doing naturally what it's supposed to do. Guard the perimeter. You're going by. It's going to check it out. It's going to be aggressive while doing it. That is doing naturally what it's supposed to do, especially back there on them roads.
And he runs back into the yard, shakes his head right there, and he's uncomfortable. He's going to roll around in the grass, but I'm proud of myself for seeing this dog. I've never had a dog run out its driveway before, and I was accurate, and I prevented myself from falling or getting bitten by the dog. 8 dogs are going to come out of this yard and try to bite me. One runs to my other side to try to bite my leg on my other side, and I pepper spray it right there, and it shakes its head. Let's watch it in slow motion. I get it really well. I get it from the nose all the way up his body. Let's watch this again a 3rd time.
Jen, this guy is wild.
My goodness.
I get it really well.
And
this is a pit bull mix. There's several of them. They're young. They're learning from each other. This is a leader in that he came at me first, but I was successful in getting him.
Oh, look at him.
That white one is not a problem, but look at the one behind it.
That's the target dog, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a British Terrier, I think.
The whites of his eyes.
That's why they send him out first.
Yeah,
so he
that's
can get sprayed so they can see what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the
And
target.
look, it's two more coming up from behind. That's the pack right there.
He said it's 8 of them.
Okay, as the spray hits the whites of his eyes, they close right there. And that sends a message to all of them that I don't like to get bitten, and it's safer for them because they learn to stay out of the road. And after several months, they're all still alive. None have been run over. Here's an Australian cattle dog, and they love to bite. The owner just said no. I'm not going to say no because he ignored his owner. I'm going to use the air horn. That works perfectly. I didn't need to pull out the trekking pole or use pepper spray. And this little kid has a dog that doesn't have pepper spray all over him or that hasn't been hit by a trekking pole. And, you know, when there's not a bunch of drug addicts in the house, I don't have to worry about using the air horn. I don't have to.
Why would he say drug addicts?
The air horn, because the air horn was scared the shit out of them.
Worry about waking them up and them coming and chasing me down the road and acting irrationally because I woke them up and they're still high on drugs. This looks like a chaotic hornet's nest, not pit bulls, but still big and aggressive dogs. This one comes out in the road, not just pepper spray. And folks, I'm not taking a chance. I don't want to get rabies. And look at this white dog with the broken leg.
Bruh, he is disrespecting people's dogs. Like shit.
Like, what kind of dog owner lets his dog run around with a broken leg out in the road? That's probably how he got his leg broken. Probably got hit by a car. And here comes a dog in for a bite. Bam, I pepper spray him, save myself from getting bitten. I've never been by this group of houses before, and I don't even know if these dogs go with this group of houses. They may be from some houses down the road. It just looks like a chaotic situation to me.
Then why are you riding through there? Anyway, I just wanted to show that for a little bit real quick.
That's crazy. He drives through looking for dogs. Looking for stray dog areas. to pepper spray. That's crazy. But still, like, look how they are. The dogs are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So what's your thoughts on let me ask you this. Out of all of the mother births and nursings, which one was the weirdest to you?
The whale.
Really?
The whale was weird. That nursing. I never thought how they got fed underwater. That's crazy.
Well, even
That was
down to
different.
I was actually wondering, I actually always thought for a while till I actually saw it. I was thinking maybe they just come right out and eat krill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they had to. I mean, they
Almost
do
like
have to
how
get
I
breastfeed.
believe, just like I believe baby Cayman, they actually come into the world and the mother leads them or put them in the mouth, put them in her mouth and lead them over to where they can get like small fish along like the shore of the bank, like the edge of the bank and everything, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, or the swamp. So that's what I was thinking. That's like, no, oh, it's milk, but you're underwater. Like, really imagine that, Jen. Imagine you being underwater and somebody takes like a squirt bottle and tries to like give you juice or soda or something.
Hmm.
Wouldn't even work, but it's amazing. The one thing that I love about all of this though too, because it also too brings me back to how amazing God is as well. Like, think about it. Out of all of the milks, they said it's very thick, like a toothpaste. Like, God even designed it to where, like, now I'm gonna make sure this is set up right. It's not gonna be like the regular, you know what I'm saying, whole milk or skim. No, this is gonna be something. And then I also wonder, what would that look like? That'll probably be like Vaseline
Mm-mm.
on land. Nah, for real, like the texture, like I think it'll be like real thick and slimy. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, I would say the weirdest one for me. All of them. Which one would I have to say? I ain't gonna lie. I'm going with the anglerfish. I'm going with the anglerfish.
Mm.
Now, Jen, I know that you are a romancer, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, you're a romancer. All right, well, let's go ahead and romance our way out the door. This is a short right here.
I'm a
If you
romancer. It's crazy.
Yeah. You're a romancer. Yeah. All right, I'm already hip. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this up right here.
Oh,
Jen.
look, Black Lexicon said, I keep
Mhm.
an air horn just for that
Keep an
reason.
air horn. What?
Just for that. Just to be air horning people and shit and stuff. And then he said, what? You
So
can tell when a dog
Mhm.
likes you or fears you. Yeah, they listen. I said, now I'm not going to never doubt it. Because, listen,
Hold
I
on one
believe
second.
you. Okay, he said, hold on a second. And he'll come back.
Nah, just go ahead and take it upstairs. Take it upstairs. I'll get it. Okay, we ready?
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're ready.
This is how much work we have to do. You can pull it up. How much work we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, just to get a woman's attention. So I just want to remind y'all, it's not just men. Courting is a B. Let's go ahead and look at this. How much does this bird have to do just to get her attention and or to mate?
On the lakes of North America, one bird's courtship display is unlike any other. Clark's grebes. They've just flown in from the Pacific coast, and here in Oregon is where they'll breed. At this time of year, these sheltered freshwater lakes are the perfect place to raise a family. These two lovebirds paired up last season.
But they've spent the winter apart, so they need to get reacquainted. If they stick together as parents, they'll give their chicks the best start in life. They need to prove their mutual devotion.
My bad, I was on mute. Message: if the parents stick together, the kids got a better chance at life.
That they need to prove their mutual devotion is crazy.
So they dance.
Now, let me tell you what you're looking at briefly before I let it just go. The male has to perfectly mimic every single thing that woman does. If he gets one step wrong, she rejects him.
They start by copying each other's movements as they preen their feathers. Then, to show he really means it, the male will find a fish and offer it to her as a gift.
Yeah, we go fishing for you, bringing your food back. Oh, look, already putting food in the fridge. He ain't even with her yet.
With eyes only for each other, they reach the climax of their romantic display.
Climax is crazy.
Only grebes can do this. No other bird this heavy can run on water. But this display might help them get their breeding cycles in sync.
If he doesn't beat her in the race, she won't mate with him. And there you go, folks. Jen over there.
Look at y'all still up here talking about our requirements. I'm just thinking like that our requirements are not that hard if Lissau birds are mating.
Nah, but what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I just gave you my thoughts just now.
You talking about the burglar? I thought you talking about beans. I'm sorry. Okay, so
I'm talking about the birds. Like our requirements. They, the woman wants you to open the door for her. You got to beat me in a race.
Yeah, I got to beat you in a race on water.
And if you don't,
not even on land, on water, we gonna really make it tough. It's Squid Games out here.
And if you don't do every dance I do and mimic everything I do, then sorry, I'm not choosing you.
Yeah, and you got to bring me a gift. Yeah, you better go get that fish. Show me you can bring that fish home. What? 3 was a little miniature. Oh, dog named Princess. Oh, okay. 3 was a little dog. Miniature dog named Princess. A family had today. Oh, okay. A family had today while I was out fishing. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. He said, I just wanted my attention. Okay, now, respect to you. Bark like crazy as I was walking past. LOL.
Yeah, especially little dogs.
It's something about them dogs. Nah, you know what trips me out when they do that. All right, you start at so you walk in, you reach the end of the fence, boom, here they come out of nowhere, and then they hit you with that dart back and forth real quick while they barking. Go go go, go 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 go, until you get to the end of the fence.
Or little dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they bark
back and forth.
more.
Yeah.
Their bark moves them. Their bark moves them. I know that big dogs don't. They weigh so much, so they don't tend to jump around when they bark. They kind of stand in one spot. But
Does
little
your
dogs,
dog
their
get
whole bark pops them around sometimes.
does your dog get something called zoomies? I'm just now looking into that. My cat gets zoomies.
Oh no! All animals get zoomies. They have pent up
I'm just now
energy.
noticing that. I didn't know what zoomies was. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, and usually zoomies, like for cats, that's good when they have that laser beam, that little keychain, like something like that.
Right.
But now to help with that, that's why they have the lick pad for the dog, because that licking that pad and licking like peanut butter off that little lick pad, it
Calms them.
it calms them down and exerts that energy. It just needs to be shifted into one spot. So that's also when they get zoomies, it's also a good time to like train them because they have a lot of energy and they're like ready to do something. So but yeah, my dog gets zoomies even in my little small place. He runs from one end of the room to the other. And you're like, oh my goodness. And they don't care what they knock over. So the bigger the dog, the bigger the mess when they zoomie, because that's why I walk him 4 times a day. I don't mind doing the 3 or 4 times because that helps him. And one walk, you got to respect your breed because especially big dogs, they need longer walks unless you let them run around outside. You got a fenced-in yard, they run around outside. But for the most part, they're going to need a longer walk and like, a longer time of actually getting that movement in. So his early morning walk might be short because he just needs to go out and pee and, stretch his legs and it's the morning time. But that middle of the day walk, we might be outside for like an hour easily. And he'll keep walking
Gotcha.
to get all that energy out so that zoomie later, that nighttime zoomie won't happen. But see, if you're a bad person, I'll say if you're a fur parent and you only walk your dog or let him out to use the bathroom, he's gonna have zoomies all over the place. And your cat, if they don't get that energy, they don't have no nothing to play with, nothing to burn
You
the
know how
energy.
big his eyes get when he hit that shit?
When
Be
he hit what,
looking
the
like-
zoomies?
Oh man, especially after I give him like a good dose of catnip on one of his toys, it's over.
Yeah, you just gave
It's
him a
over.
hit, a blunt.
Yeah. That shit.
Like you gave him a
Eyes
shot.
get big. Yeah, right. Eyes get real big. So
And people don't understand even sugar affects your dog like sugar affects kids. So you think
Right.
you just because you're getting them a pup cup, their energy levels get turned up like you just gave them a 5-hour energy shot. Okay, so
facts.
you think it's so cute he can have a pup cup. You just gave him sugar, you gave him whipped cream. Most dogs are lactose intolerant anyway, so that's why they fart. However, you just gave him sugar at night, and now you're wondering why he's running around and he's gonna crash. He's gonna be running around solid for like 10 minutes, and he's gonna be knocked out asleep. So yeah, zoomies is a big,
Yeah,
yes.
when he gets that luckily Michi is very fascinating to be a cat. When he gets the zoomies, he usually then winds up going and gets Jeffrey. Jeffrey's basically just a small stuffed giraffe. That's all. I mean,
Oh, Beans
Yeah,
has a
and I
stuffed
literally-
giraffe.
yeah. And Jeffrey's neck is all the way broken. Like it's there, it's all the way attached. Because whenever he carries them, it's always by the neck instinctively. So like Jeffrey head does not sit up at all. I'll show him to you one day on the camera or something. I'll show y'all Jeffrey because he brings me, that's his regular, that's his everyday gift. At some point, he does this real wild, and then what's crazy? It's this one specific like kind of purr. It's like a purr. What's that called? They do. Yeah. Purr. It's like a purr. It's not a meow. It's like a vibrating whistle. It's crazy, and he only does that sound when he's bringing me Jeffrey, and he's literally
it's
doing that.
offering.
Yeah. He's like, "Where are you? I got Jeffrey." And it's like a. It's crazy how he does it, but he'll do us like that, and I know for a fact I just be like, "Oh, so you got Jeffrey again?" Sure enough, he come around the corner, drop it off right there, and just walk off. Neck broken.
That's how you get Beans. You ask him, "Where's your baby?" And his baby right now is a stuffed giraffe.
It is.
So, and he's got his ears already tore off, but he's part of that. I'm gonna one of these days I'm gonna show it. Well, I think I did it. I think I did like a TikTok, but one of these days I'll do like before whenever we do a show, I'll get a couple of his toys because there's a couple brands that I like research and I follow. So I buy them over and over again because they actually are hard for them to tear up. So some people will be like, "How did your dog have toys, but don't they tear everything up?" Like, yeah, if you go to the dollar store, he tears that junk up really quick.
Yeah, no,
But
you
there
don't
are
buy no
even
dog like that. No type of like cotton stuff filled. Plus that stuff getting their
no, he
stomach
has
too.
cotton. He has cotton toys, but he can't. There are some brands that are made for chewing dogs that are chewers. So if you don't respect your breed and don't research your breed, remember, respect and research your breed, and you know that you have a dog that is a high level chewer. When y'all talk about the PSI, the bite pressure, that pressure
Right.
is also destroying toys. But those dogs will chew on anything, especially when they're young and they're teething. So if you are investing in your pet, you research the dog breed you have. If you notice he has a high PSI, he has a high bark pressure per bark, and they're known to tear up things. They're known to destroy things. You can watch TikTok video after TikTok video of all these dogs that tear up couches and then go get one and be surprised it tore up your couch. So like that's what I'm saying. So respect your breed and research in it, because there are certain toys that you can buy. There are certain brands. You wouldn't buy it because you think, oh, that's just a little cheap toy. But there are some toys that are, $10 and $12 that they cannot destroy because of the brand, the people who make them like that. And, people will go and say, well, I just go to the dollar store. I go to Target or I go to Walmart and get a dog toy. Well, there are certain toy creators where they make toys at Walmart, and at Target. They make toys or even at the dollar store that because of the brand that they are made a certain way that they're not tear upable, right? They just can't be destroyed that easy. And they're made because a lot of people have pit bulls now, and those dogs have high chewing power. So one day I'll post, I'll show you guys his toys, and I'll show you the maker of the toys, and you go find that maker. Then you go look up that maker and you see all the places that they sell their toys at, and go get that toy instead of buying the other stuff that the dog chews up and tears up and has cotton everywhere. Because he stopped doing that. He doesn't even tear up the stuff that he does bite up. He can't tear it up. Believe me, he's tried. And I have went through so much toys and spent so much money on just trying to buy him a cute little toy, and it's gone in 3 minutes. So I'll show you guys the makes of the toys that seem to work, that he can't seem to tear up. So and even my sister's dog can't tear them up. So anything that I get him that he doesn't want anymore, I'll give it to her. She's been able to tear up some of the toys, but for the most part, there have been things that have lasted. And we both have bulldog, we have bully breeds, we have terrier breeds. So I'll share that with you guys, my viewers, my fur parents. Yep, and
Okay.
Smitty's got cats, so I don't know what works for cats, to help cats chill out, but
I got
there's
a
all
couple
kind of
different animals around me.
there's certain animals they prefer. You know what I mean? You get a raccoon and you be like, why won't he chew the raccoon up? Or you get an alligator, you be like, but then they keep chewing, they like hump on this bear. You're like, they hump on the bear, but they won't play with the alligator. Like there's certain colors, there's certain textures, and there's certain toys, sizes, right? So I consider that as well when I buy toys for my dog, because I don't want to buy him something that he can just put in his mouth and get stuck. That's crazy, right? That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be so big for him to play with them, because anything smaller, it also resembles a small animal, right? So he's going to think, he already naturally thinks small animals are prey, but then I'm going to get a small stuffed animal, which gives him, they have to destroy something. They have to tear up stuff. So I consider that too, like what animal, how big it is, because I don't want him to be chewing on it. And then now I have to have vet bill because he's got something stuck in his throat. That's that's disrespectful.
That's not healthy. Right.
Yeah, that's not responsible. So you have to consider the size of the toy too, for your dog or for your cat or whatever, because they could swallow them.
That's true. Well, my final words on this, Jen, for this evening is, you never know what nature's gonna give you. Right? Just like Forrest Gump said, ladies and gentlemen, life is like a bumpy ride, right? So you never know what you're going to get. And the evolution of creation is something I find to be extremely fascinating, and I will always find to be fascinating. So definitely I like to look up different animals and creations of life just to get a much more deeper perspective of what has always been here. And that's life. So with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Jen, it has been an awesome episode 4. Much respect to you, beloved. And thank you so much for having me again.
All right. And on that note, y'all know me. Good night, sugars. Y'all have a good night. I think I might support one more panel. Or I might just listen to some of you content creators. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys got some good tips. I hope you guys love on your babies and take care of your babies, because they'll take care of you, okay? Respect your breed. Be responsible for our parents out here. All right, y'all. Good night, sugars.
Fur baby, we are more than just a pet. We are your family. Yeah, we barking on a beat, 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 beat. That we barking on. Yeah, beat, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. We popping in the room like hey, tail wagging like a DJ play. Zoomies on max, no delay. Fur baby squad and we here all day. Big guys looking up like pick me. Jump in your lap, that's VIP. Love so pure, that's guaranteed. We a little crew, your family. We don't need no bling, we shine naturally. Every cuddle moment is a masterpiece. You the heart, we the beat, that's harmony. Fur baby love on 1,000 degrees. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet, we are your family. Yeah, we hyping, we happy. Cute little crew and we keeping you laughing. You say treat, we say less. You say what, we say oh yes. You say come here, we do our best. Bird baby love, we forever blessed. We are your baby, your fur baby. We are more than just a pet, we are your family. Yeah, we rolling in harmony. Fur baby crew, that's the legacy.